Hello, everybody. Debbie here with you on a Tuesday night, the 25th day, I believe, of the month of October in the year 2076. Sorry about that. I am Debbie here with you, and I titled the show Science versus Theory of Life After Death. Now, the reason I titled that is because I've been chatting with a guy offline on Skype that is heavily into the paranormal. And there's another guy that's heavily into the science end of it. All right? Let me pull in one of them, then I'm going to pull in the other one. This is spur of the moment here.
Okay.
Pluto!
Hello.
May I call you Pluto?
Yes, you may. May I call you Debbie?
Please do.
I will.
I titled my show Science versus Theory on Life After Death because I'm going to pull in a guy that is heavily involved in the paranormal end of that, and then you, of course, are more involved in the scientific end of it.
Sure.
And I was just going to see how just a short conversation, no big deal.
Sure.
Here he comes. His name is Dennis, and he's really a cool guy. I think you'll like him. At least I hope you will. His name is Dennis whatever, but he goes by the name of Dream Master. Dream Master was one of the leaders of the paranormal crew on the paranormal genre on Blog Talk Radio. So he was pretty...
Oh, okay.
Are you there, Dennis? Dennis? He was having trouble with his audio a minute ago. Okay, I was going to ask you, he talks a lot about the dimensions, okay?
Yes.
And... well, where is he? What doesn't he pick up? Dennis, pick up. Where are you? Dennis, are you there? Anyway. And I don't know what happened to him. And I don't understand. Are there dimensions in time? It's really confusing. Where's Dennis? Damn it. Hold on. Let me see if I can add him to the goddamn call again. Dennis, pick up. Hold on. Let me see if I can. I was just talking to. Why is he doing that? Hang on just a second. Let me see if I can get him on, and then I'll get you on.
Okay.
All right. Where the fudge is Dennis? Dennis, what happened to you? Where'd you go? Dennis, answer. I told him I was calling him right back. What an idiot. Dennis. What is he doing? That's weird. He must have got up and gone to get something to drink or something, because we were just talking, it says 2 minutes and 15 seconds ago. Let me see where he went. Where did you go? He was even on webcam. Here he is. Dennis?
Hey.
Okay, I'm going to pull in a guy by the name of Pluto.
Okay.
He's going to come on with us. And this will help me understand a lot of things that I don't understand right now.
Okay.
All righty.
Pluto?
Looks like that worked.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis, meet Pluto. Pluto, meet Dennis.
Hello, Dennis.
Hello.
Pluto, just like the planet.
Yes,
Exactly.
I understand.
Well, used to be a planet. Now it's a planetesimal or a minor planet.
Really?
Sadly.
Pleased to meet you.
It's pleased to meet you, sir.
He is in Canada, and he's been friends with me for a while, and I was telling him just a few minutes before I called that, do you know what the theory of electronic voice phenomena is, Pluto?
I have not studied it formally, but I have read extensively about it. I find it extremely interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about it? Just off.
I think it's fascinating because I think there's. I'm not going to say yes or no that there are spirits from the dead that are trying to communicate with us or make a metaphysical claim, because I'm not a metaphysicist. But there are things that are happening when we hear sounds that what is the term that the psychologists use? Pareidolia, where we see patterns and structure in what is considered random, like seeing a picture of Jesus on a grilled cheese sandwich or a honey bun, or in a window, stains on a window and it outlines a picture of Mary or something like that. Those are part of our basic functioning of our brain to make sense out of the universe around us. And finding patterns, like looking up in the clouds and seeing animals and things like that, is something that even a young child has the ability to do that. Getting a symbolic link between an abstract shape and something that they know about in their mind, that they've learned about in some other previous location. Now, I'm not saying that these are all imaginary. I'm just saying that the mechanism of hearing intelligence in random electronic noise can be explained as pareidolia. And I'm not saying that it is. I don't want to attack anyone. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying that there is a mechanism for that within the structure of the brain. And what I find interesting is when I hear some of those things, I have to admit, they do sound an awful lot like speech or some sort of intelligence. So that's, to me, is fascinating. I think that I have a brain. It's not a very good one, but I think that I'm as suspect or I'm as capable of having a fit of pareidolia and hearing and seeing things that aren't necessarily there. I mean, I've made lousy investments in the stock market when I was sure I was right, and I was sure I was right because I had made a guess, and I made observations that were not backed up by science, and I lost a lot of money. So one learns, but I think that it may be something that's ingrained into our minds. And the way that our symbolic-based memory works, that we build visual and acoustic symbols that represent much higher abstract ideas. So I don't know if Dennis, is that something that that you don't care for, or is that a description that you find interesting? I just want some feedback.
Well, no, I find that very interesting, Pluto, and what I find very interesting is the way and the manner in which universe communicates to humans, right? And in a way where that us humans, can realize or acknowledge these messages, right, from universe, right? So these are the manners in which that they carry the messages out in, right? Yes. And so, yeah, it might be, like strange to a lot of people. It might be non-existent per se, whatever, in their life, whatever, in the way they live their life, whatever. That's fine, okay. But for others, nature has this is the way the universe communicates, and for me, myself, Pluto, I cannot discount these things, right? And for the most part, since I can remember, I take the messages, whatever, and acknowledge them, and yeah. And so,
but I'm talking about a message that everybody can auditorily hear. Not just
it's not easy that way.
The sound. Well, from an engineering standpoint, the sound structure that these utterances exist in is harmonically unbelievably rich. If you ran that through a spectrum analyzer, which looks at all these slices of bandwidth, it is a fantastically rich environment. It's not like it was a silent recording studio with a sine wave being generated. That's a pure sound. If you saw it on an oscilloscope, it would be a pure sine wave, very easy to pick up. Instead, you're talking about listening to sounds that are present in a background noise environment, perhaps a UHF television tuner or an FM radio or AM radio tuned where there's no station and picking up noise from outer space or from the sun or from Jupiter, and then that sound,
we pick it up from the outer dimensions.
We don't know. Dark energy. Who's going to step up and say they've got the explanation for that? I will expose them as a fraud because nobody knows. That there's 100 years of research before we know exactly what that is, and we may never know. So, but the environment in which EVP manifests itself is an acoustic environment that is not a recording studio. It is not a pure, quiet sound where you said, "Hello, my name is Reginald, and I'd like to tell you a story." No, that's not how it comes out. It'd be something like, because it's buried in an acoustically rich noise background, and you have to pull the intelligence out of that. Our brains are exquisitely designed to do just that, both visually and acoustically. But so we have to keep that in mind because it's the environment in which we're observing EVP. Now, I'm not an expert. Dennis, correct me if I've made an error, but you normally do not use a recording device that is recording absolutely pure sound. Like the silence of an anechoic chamber, a soundproof chamber. It is, in fact, a sound that could be an RF a radio frequency tuner, or some other device that makes noise.
I believe that is because after we leave this dimension, this life, and go on to the next dimension, we lose our vocal cords.
Well, we would, yeah. I like to call it the monkey. The monkey dies. The monkey rots. The monkey does not have intelligence. The monkey is just a piece of meat. And when your heart stops pumping, your monkey rots and goes away. And so any memory that you had stored within the monkey's cerebral cortex was stored as a electrochemical etching on the surface of your temporal lobes. All of that is gone. It's all gone. What could happen is, just hypothetically, we could take the matrix of ingrained memories on hundreds of billions of neurons and encode that into essentially a hologram, and that could be somehow transferred to some medium that would not be based on biology, but would be based on energy. Mm-hmm. And energy can, as you well know, the laws of energy are very clear. Energy cannot be created, and it cannot be destroyed. It is forever. You can transmute it. You can convert heat into light. You can convert light into heat. You can convert the stored energy of a molecule into an explosion, but you cannot destroy energy. It is impossible. Never. And information is energy. Yeah, one thing that Stephen Hawking talks about this a lot in his books, that in a black hole, if something was to pass through a black hole, yes, its physical body, what I call the monkey, would be completely destroyed. You would be mushed up to a thread and killed instantly. But there is no way in our understanding of the physical universe that the information that is carried by your body, by your monkey, can be destroyed. And that's just physics. That's just a cardinal rule. So what we have to do as rational thinkers is we need to remember that. Now, we don't have proof, at least from my perspective, we don't have proof that there is an extra-dimensional storehouse of someone's intelligence. But from a hypothesis standpoint, it makes scientific sense that it could be possible. We've made a hypothesis. That's a guess of explaining EVP. Now we have to validate that. And the validation process, this is part of something that really bothers me, and it's scientific theory. When we talk about the theory of evolution, I love it when people come up to me and say, it's just a theory and you don't know what you're talking about. Scientific theory is not the same as theory as it's used by lay people. In scientific theory, you posit a hypothesis. intelligence lives on after we die, and then you have to defend your hypothesis by research and by gathering data, and it may take you a year, it may take you the rest of your life, but that is what theory. When we say the theory of relativity or the theory of evolution, we're not talking about theory like, oh, it's a guesswork. We're talking about, in evolution, we have made hypotheses and we've proven the hypothesis. So it's not guesswork. And the same thing has to be said about supernatural and metaphysical phenomenon. If you are arrogant enough to just throw the baby out with the bathwater, then you are not a scientist and you don't understand the process of scientific theory. I'm sorry, and I have a lot of colleagues that would tell me that I'm full of crap and that I should keep my mouth shut. And I'll tell you, they don't understand the word theory. And what I get very, very upset when, especially, I don't want to piss anyone off, but certain religious groups will go after evolution saying that the evolutionary theory is a guess, and they do not understand the English language. They are not educated people. They don't get it. I've tried to illuminate them, and they then call me satanic or other things, and then the hate comes out. And I think, Dennis, that I'm going to guess, I'll make a hypothesis that you have been attacked by people that have called you crazy without any evidence to back up their claim. And that, as you know, is wrong. That is simply wrong. You're searching for truth. You are a scientist. You are building a hypothesis-based theory. And it may take you the rest of your life, but I applaud you for taking the proper approach. You may not be happy with the results. You may never find a positive answer, but you're doing it correctly. And I must say that I'm impressed. So that's very good.
Well, thank you for that. and when you mentioned this, and yeah, when you mentioned this, is that is there not? Could there not be evolution if there was not creation?
Well, it depends on what. If we let's take creation.
Right.
Let's take it back to index 0.
Right.
We have a very Hindu-like creation event, which the Hindus support, and that is the Big Bang.
Right. It goes beyond that. Yes. We see our instance, if you will, of creation come into a physical manifestation instantaneously out of nothing. Now, a lot of non-scientists just get completely wrapped up with that, and they say that doesn't make any sense. Right.
But they don't understand that the underlying structure of the universe, they're a little bit too focused on Earth. These are the kind of people that thought that Earth was the center of the universe, and the universe revolved around the Earth. If you didn't know any better, you'd think the Earth was just the best place ever. And the reality is the Earth is rather mundane, and we are not the center of the universe. No way. And it's okay to make that guess. They didn't know any better. But it's in the 21st century that people will continue to think that Earth is somehow magically endowed and must be the center of all creation. And the idea is that an intelligence has to flip the switch that creates everything that we call universe. And the theory that we have that is far progressed, that's progressed almost to a law, does not point in that direction. We don't see a guy in a gold lame smock with, glowing hair and that looks surprisingly like Zeus making a declaration that he has created the universe and all the life forms within it and go out and reproduce fruitfully and make lots of baby. No, there is nothing that makes that work. And that's fine. They can make that theory, but they, instead of have a hypothesis and try to prove it, they will use imaginary evidence and say this imaginary evidence is good enough for us. They are not scientists. Scientists, they would be laughed out of any science lab.
Right, that's called a religion, right?
That would be religion. And I can tell you, religion exists in buying of cars. Religion exists in whether you use a Mac or a PC. Those are religions, because a religion can be defined as an irrational belief system that's not based on pure fact. I mean, some things PCs do better than Macs.
I want to show you something.
Macs do.
I want to show you something, Pluto and Dennis. I don't know if Dennis will be able to see that. I'm sure Pluto will. I'm going to share my screen with you and show you something that I want to get your. This is going to blow your mind. Okay, watch your screen on Skype and tell me what you think about this.
My name is Gerald Schroeder. I have a, thank God, a strong science background from MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, bachelor's, master's, PhD, 7 years in the physics staff. Seen a whole range of atomic bombs detonated, moved to Israel, met my wife, Barbara Sofer, a great writer, and then teach Torah and science. So luckily, I'm lucky that I have the two that come together. And one of the questions that I'm asked as a scientist is, how can a scientist really believe that there's something what we refer to usually as God? You know, is this metaphysical whatever acting in the world or producing the world? And the irony is, the question's really a non-starter. Science has, in fact, discovered God. And you can talk to the hardline atheists, and they will say, it looks like science has indeed discovered God. And how would that be? Well, if you take the trouble of going to the web and there type in WMAP, the initials for a satellite, it's a diagram that shows the development of the universe from the creation over time. It's a timeline. Every word on that diagram comes from the NASA site.
I've seen that today, and that's wrong.
Hang on, Dennis. Hang on. Let him explain it first.
Sorry.
He's an MIT scientist. Okay, hang on.
I'm sorry.
He's an MIT scientist.
Of how the universe created and how it got to where we are today. Each of the lines, the vertical lines, is another billion years. Okay, you start from a burst of energy at the extreme left side of the diagram, and you end up at the far end with the oval. The oval is to indicate expansion in all directions. Of course, because it's a timeline, we can't show that on a single piece of paper. We see here, most amazingly, that on the extreme left edge, it shows a beginning to the universe. Now go back less than 50 years. If I were teaching that at Tech, I might have, a person could lose tenure saying that there was a creation of the universe. It sounds like it's Bible. Because less than 50 years ago, the overwhelming scientific opinion was the universe is eternal. There was never a beginning. The Bible is wrong from the very first sentence. And then we discovered, suddenly, Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson, the Bell Labs in New Jersey, the northeast of the U.S., discovered the echo of the Big Bang, the energy left over, which George Gamow, 60 years ago, predicted that if there had been a universe created hot and small, it would have exploded, and the energy would get more and more dilute. And Penzias and Wilson, these Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson, discover this energy that had been predicted overnight. The Bible got it right. There was a beginning to the universe.
Yeah.
Now, the black in the diagram
this is
Nothing.
ridiculous.
It's not a vacuum. Vacuums are within that diagram, within that cone of expansion. Vacuums are empty space, and space is something.
This guy is a religious fanatic. Okay, I got him. I've got him pretty much nailed.
I just want to see what you think about what he says. Let him finish. Hold on just 1 second. Let him get to the end of this.
Okay, yeah. Let's speed it up because I can't spend all night, and this is nonsense.
It doesn't fit in the human
Dennis and I think
peer-reviewed journals in the world. That you can create something from absolute nothing, provided you've got the laws of nature, quantum physics, and the laws of relativity. In other words, the laws of nature. So look what science has discovered. We can create the universe from absolute nothing, provided we have the forces of nature. Now, the laws of nature, the forces of nature aren't physical. They act on the physical. So if they create the universe, that means they predate the universe. So now we have a set of forces, we call them the laws of nature, that are not physical, that are able to act on the physical. They create the physical from absolute nothing. And they predate the universe.
Go ahead and stop this tape, because what he's doing is the same argument that deeply religious fanatics have been using for decades, and he absolutely does not understand physics. So he's either lying about going to MIT, or he's allowing his religion to completely squeeze all the scientific method out of it. He doesn't understand that.
What he's doing is he's expressing his own knowledge within himself to his extension. That's all he knows.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot,
which is sad.
You cannot degrade, you cannot judgment on him. This is his place where he is.
Hey, I would ask this gentleman, I don't know if he has a degree or not, I would ask him, have you ever heard of the Zener diode? Z-E-N-E-R.
I know Zener diodes.
And you know, a diode is an interesting electronic device because an electron has to disappear on one side of the semiconductor and reappear on the other side instantaneously with zero delay. That means that in the equation of the motion of that, you have an XYZ location 1 and an XYZ location 2, and you have one more dimension, and this is for Debbie, the dimension of time. And what happens when you go 100 miles an hour and you travel 100 miles in 60 minutes, t is equal to 1 hour. So XYZ of location A, XYZ of location B indicates a displacement of 100 miles. And t takes 1 hour, 60 minutes. That means the acceleration factor is 100 miles an hour. The Zener diode has infinite speed. That is impossible. You can't have you can't have something that travels faster than the speed of light. We know that. And how does it work? It works because the basic universe is constantly allowing particles, like the quarks that make up an electron, they can disappear from our Cartesian space, reappear anywhere in our universe, and they can do it in 0 t. Zero time. And what this gentleman has avoided, and he may be aware of it, but I doubt it. I think his pathology is so severe that he is going to throw away his MIT education in order to push his mythology to the edge. And these are people that I have no respect for. When I run it, I debate these people all the time, and I wipe the floor with them. I mean, it is impossible for me to stand back and allow him to confuse the public with nonsense. And what he said in that video was pure nonsense. Dennis, do you concur, and you don't have to?
Listen, I gotta say one thing, right? Because I seen that model, right, many times before.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
Of the universe, right? And and they were talking about multiverse and this and that, the other thing, and blah, right? Yeah. And I'm thinking, no, it doesn't work that way, right? Because like multiverse, okay, it's like the Big Bang or whatever like that, right? It's not one conical shape, because as soon as you put an object into a shape, it becomes three-dimensional.
That's right.
So yeah, that's not the way the universe is.
Yeah,
right?
and
so
it's sad, and sad
doesn't make sense. Right.
No, it makes no sense, exactly. And then when you get them backed into a corner, like an animal, they will lash out. And they'll say, well, you only say that because you lack faith. And
whatever, man.
I don't lack faith. I have faith in the physical laws of science. And that is as much of a declaration of faith as you with your little book. And
Pluto, for the most part for me, right, is like a lot of the way that I believe in stuff, right? The way I see things, right, is not mapped. It is not drawn out. It is not publicized. It is not written, right? It's like the form of universe, right? Came from consciousness, a source consciousness.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And that's the structure. Okay, that's that's the big, that's structure, and that was the order that chaos was born from, and order is coming back in. We order is coming back in from the chaos that was born from order to begin with, right?
Well, when you look at that, your approach, what you're doing at this point in your cycle of analysis, let's just say, of this question, is that you are building a hypothesis. And that's what a scientist would do. When I'm given a problem like, John, we want to build a maser-based amplifier, a microwave amplification by stimulated emission of radiation amplifier that will work up to 10 billion miles. Can you do it? I'll take those instructions, the goal, and I will begin to make guesses based on the knowledge I have, and I will begin to knock those guesses down. Is my guess of using a gallium sulfide amplifier a great idea? Well, no, because it's already been tried by the Russians. They published in 1979. It'll blow up. It doesn't work. We throw that out. The whole idea is that I'm not claiming I have all the answers. This man, when you look at the way he presents his so-called theory, it's not a scientific theory. It's a religious theory, because religious theories do not require testing. It's just because he said it that makes it real. And if you are a scientist, you can say anything you want, but you have to be able to defend it. And in religion, they don't defend it that way. They just say it's faith. You have to have faith in a religion in order to believe in it. And that's nonsense. Adults should not go out, or professional scientists should not go out and base everything in their professional life on guesswork. It doesn't work.
No, it does not work.
So what you said makes sense. You are an explorer in truth. You will look for that truth. You may never find it. You may be completely on the wrong track, but you are willing to look for proof that your hypothesis is accurate. And you know something? That's okay. That's exactly what you should be doing. And I have had to do that my whole career. I find it a little scary, because sometimes my career is on the line. But you know something? You've got to be, in order to make bold discoveries, you have to be bold yourself. And you can't rely on just nonsense milquetoast excuses like saying, well, it's because it's in the Bible, it must be true. That is not truth. That's not science. That's faith. And I'm not putting faith down. Faith works very well, but it does not work in a scientific context. And I would really hope, and I know it won't happen, but I would really hope that people involved in this kind of thought would explain to people that theories, like the theory of relativity, are not the same as their religious theories.
No, that's coming. That's coming.
I hope so. It's happened in Europe. When I lecture in Europe, I get amazing response, because people are, it's the same way when I lecture at like UCLA or at Caltech. These are all experienced postdoctoral scientists. They get it. They don't need to be reminded of this. When I do general public lectures, I always have someone coming up there and say, everything you need to know is in the Bible. And I go, sir, that works for you. It doesn't work for me.
No, it's not the way it works, man.
So keep up
each individual modalities hold them themselves. That's fine. I'm not going to judge you on them at all. All right, I am not one to. Right? For me, I try to look within all that is. Right?
Sure. And that's good. That's very good.
And And, modalities, yeah. I don't know them all? No, I do not. I know of them? Yes, I do. Do I practice in them all? No, I don't.
No.
Do I practice in some of them? Yes, I do. But you know what I do? And again, my show when I used to do it is mirroring spirit with science.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, just this is just my knowing. This is my knowing. Not yours, mine. Right?
It's not bad.
I'm here to share. Right? And that's it.
See, and that makes you a valuable member of the community because you are donating your thought processes to the groupthink that will eventually debug this giant problem. And that is exactly how things happen at places like CERN or the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. People envision that as thousands of individuals that never interact. That is not correct. When people are developing, say, a new space probe that's going to land on an unknown planet, it takes a village to design that space probe because you or anyone else, no one person is going to know all the parameters of doing space exploration. It requires incredibly good engineering, and it also requires great science because you can build a spacecraft that can get somewhere, but unless you're asking the right questions science-wise, you're not going to gain much out of it. And that's why I enjoy working at that facility because it's collegial and it's people are addicted to the environment that says, let's find out what's happening. Let's not just assume that we know. Let's find out. Let's see if we can prove our theories. And that is, when that happens and you see absolute solid proof, it's one of the greatest things you can experience in life. It truly is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What a nice conversation. We have not fought. We have not attacked each other. You sir, are pretty remarkable. I hope I have not offended you. If I have, please tell me and I will apologize. But you know something? I'm impressed. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I'm enjoying our conversation for sure, 100%. And when you mentioned that, what you and Debbie are you like headbutt each other?
Oh no! I never do that. Debbie and I have a very collegial, relationship with one another. I've known her for many years, and I treat her with a great deal of respect because she does a wonderful job at what she does, and she's not abrasive in the least. She's voting for Donald Trump. No, she's very good. She's voting for Donald Trump, which I find a little troubling, but that's okay. It'll all be over in 13 days, and then President Clinton will basically have Donald Trump, shot, and that's fine. That's good. No, I'm just kidding, of course.
But
we're going to have Trump TV, and we'll have Ann Coulter to look at. What goodness!
Oh God, man! I'm just glad I'm Canadian, and I don't have to really
You've got this incredible new Prime Minister, who understands.
Who doesn't do nothing.
Yeah, but he understands quantum mechanics. Jesus. I've never met anybody like that guy. That guy, he's a politician that understands quantum physics. I'm sorry. I gotta say I'm impressed.
He doesn't know nothing about that.
He tries.
Isn't he gay? Isn't he gay or closet gay?
I don't know what he is. I don't care. I'm not going to go to bed.
He's a kid, man. He's the kid of our old Prime Minister, man. That's all he is.
Of Pierre Trudeau.
Yeah, Pierre. Yeah, he doesn't do nothing.
Canada is one of the greatest countries on earth. Full disclosure, my dad was born in Canada, and I'm half Canadian. I'm a half Canadian citizen, half U.S. citizen. I can move to Canada at any time and take up residence with no problem. I love Canadians. When I hear "Oh Canada," my heart swells. I get very emotional because I love the country. I love the people. I love how the country is so open and that it is truly a great country. There are no gun fanatics, even though there are far more guns per capita than the United States. It's just that you don't find gun fanatics killing each other. Canada is a magical place. And if I ever move out of this country, the only country I would consider moving to is Canada, because it's a great place. It really is.
Pluto, but where are you going to go? We got the East Coast, we got the West Coast.
No, I'd either Victoria, or I'd go to Toronto and teach at the university. I think it'd be. I'm young enough. I'm only 56 years old. I would love to be able to teach. I have a PhD from Caltech. Can you imagine what fun would that be? It would be a piece of cake for me, and it's a great university. And Canadian students, oh shit, you can't ask for better behaving people. They love to learn. And like I say, if things go bad in 2 weeks and Donald Trump gets in,
You're out there?
Oh, I'll be in Toronto. You bet.
All right, man. All right, give me a call, and I'll make sure that you're set up.
Oh, absolutely, man. And we'll set up a lab and we'll do EVP research. That would be wonderful. I'd love to do that.
Well, that's the whole thing. That's what I wanted to mention too, Pluto, right? And Debbie, not to get off of what you were mentioning earlier, is with the EVPs and whatnot, and like I was mentioning again, is like messages from universe, and this is one manner in which that they can share messages in a physical manner, right? Electromagnetic,
exactly.
Right? And this is one form of delivery of messages. Debbie. Universe has so much to share with us, and we as human beings can have small ears sometimes. Mm-hmm. Right? And so that universe will give us a kick in the ass every once in a while, right? And when you have interest in this, they'll show up because you have that intent, you have that interest, you have that time to take to try to figure what it is that universe is trying to share. And it's not only universe, right? Of course, our past or newly passed ones, right? Or others or whatnot, 4D dimensionals or whatever like that, whatever. I don't know, whatever you want to call them, whatever. Spirit guides or angels, whatever, doesn't matter. We can even talk about Palladians and Arcturians and all the rest of that, right? Because, you think the Earth is the only planet that holds life?
Yeah.
I don't think so. So 100%.
I just need to interject that I'm going to. It's just coming up on 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. my time, and I do have a phone call I have to make to my boss. We're working on a earthquake prediction system. Now that I'm semi-retired, I'm doing contract work for the U.S. Geological Survey. So if our research works, we will have a 2-minute warning, which will be enough time to tell the elevators to go to a safe floor and open the doors and wait out the earthquake. Otherwise, you are going to be trapped in an elevator car for up to a week, and nobody wants that. So I'm driving up to Bishop, California, where we have a facility that the university owns, and we're installing a whole bunch of seismographs in that area. It's a seismically active area of California. And then that data gets sent to a supercomputer at Stanford University. So very interesting research, and I love being a managing engineer on that.
I have a question before you go.
Sure.
How far have we seen into the universe? Because I am enthralled with the study of the universe, and I know that we're a part of the Milky Way galaxy. Is that right?
Yes, and that fraud that you put on, his graphic was correct. About 13.77 billion years, and we are at year 13.77, and we see the Big Bang at 0. So, how long will the universe last?
No, that's not my question. My question
It will
is,
last 70 billion years.
how far have we seen into the universe as far as telescopes go, and things along
We've
those lines?
seen as far back as 13.77 billion years. That's what we've seen.
So the further we go out into the universe, we go back in time? Is that what you're saying?
Back in time,
Yes.
exactly.
Get out of town.
Yes.
We're seeing it takes time for the light to get here, and the light started traveling 13 billion years ago, and it's just reaching us now.
What?
It
That's
makes
what
sense.
happens, Debbie.
It's a big space. It's a huge space. But what's amazing is it's one of an infinite number of spaces. And this makes the religious people crazy because they want to believe that...
Doesn't make me crazy.
Well, if they want to believe that the earth is a special place because Jesus walked around, and that's all well and good, but they need to make it so Jesus walked around on an infinite number of earths, and they can't grasp that because it doesn't go around with their magic book. The magic book says no, so they reject it.
The magic book. I like that.
Well, it's a magic book, and they have a magic show that they have on Sunday afternoons. And,
No, I like that one. I never heard that one
Have
before.
we seen
and then they
beyond?
give you crackers with grape juice. It's a
See
wonderful
you on
thing.
Sunday.
Yeah, see you on Sunday for the magic show.
Yeah.
Have we seen beyond our universe as far as a telescope goes? Have we seen beyond?
No, because we
Not
can't
really.
observe anything beyond the beginning
Like, when the
of.
light.
Hold on, Dennis. Hold on, Dennis. I want to hear Pluto first. Go ahead.
Well, the at the Big Bang, the clock starts.
No, see, I'm not
Before the
talking
Big
about the
Bang-
Big Bang or that man or that scientist. I'm talking just, have we as a human, as in NASA or wherever,
can't.
have we
We
seen?
can't because the
Cannot.
photons that we're looking. Telescopes do one thing. They look at photons. Photons are weightless particles that travel at the speed of light, and they come from events that generate photons. Photons cannot pass through any quote-unquote barrier of our universe. The only thing they can do is electrons. Electrons are made of quarks, and quarks can disappear from our universe. That's the Zener diode effect, and reappear anywhere in our universe or in other universes instantaneously in no time at all.
Then why do so many people that study physics or whatever, why do they say that there's more than one universe if we've never seen it?
Well, you can make the implication because without it, all of electronics would fail. The Zener diode effect is not a rare effect. There are billions of semiconductors inside your computer. Billions of them. And those semiconductors would not work without alternate universes to place those quark pairs that we call electrons into. You cannot create a flow of electrons, which is the definition of electricity, without alternative universes. And when I explain that to the crazy people, they start to shake and foam at the mouth and go crazy because they do not have the script to try to counter that.
But isn't that a theory?
It's a scientific theory that's been proven. Without it, we would not have an electron. We would have no electronic effect. The idea of a transistor. A transistor works. A semiconductor works by taking a weak signal on one side, putting current in on the other side, and the output is an amplified signal. That does not work without an alternate universe because the electrons themselves do not somehow magically grow. They have to be transferred from the emitter to the collector. And that time that it takes to do that, this is a little bit different than a diode. But all semiconductors work the same way, and all electricity works the same way. Electrons disappear regularly from our universe, and reappear somewhere else in our universe instantaneously. And that's a theory, but it's a scientific theory. And unless you come up with a proof that it's not true, that theory will hold forever.
Can't we say the same thing about theories that aren't scientific, unless you can prove it's not true?
No, because they're not based on tests. They're based on assumptions. So if you assume that, if we say that Jesus is holy because the Bible says so, that is an assumption. That is not a perfect proof. Because in order to do that, we would need a measurable metric that would say that some claim in religion was true. And that is not the case, because the claims in religion are not based on science. They're not based on provable facts.
But
and
if
once
you're
you
saying
go to that level,
but if you're
you
saying,
have to reject it.
Okay, but if you're saying that we can't have whatever you said, the conductors without multi universes.
Right.
That is a theory because you've never seen another universe.
You don't need to see it. You can make a hypothesis that it's there. And the only way to disprove the hypothesis is by providing an alternate explanation. And nobody can do that, because if it exists within our universe, it has to follow the laws of our universe. And the laws of our universe says that electrons and every other bit of matter cannot travel faster than the speed of light. Well, the speed of light is ridiculously slow. When you get down to the subatomic particle level, everything has to happen instantaneously. Because if you don't, the entire universe would last about 15 minutes and collapse into a pile of undifferentiated subatomic particles. That is the way the universe works. And you cannot make the math work in any way except the way that I just described. So if you have another theory, then please present it to the American Society of Physicists. You will be on course to make it to earn a Nobel Prize, no question. It's not going to work. That's not how it works. But please don't go ahead and try. I mean, I'd love to. If you've got another theory, that's great. But people that are educated in this, they just go, no, I'm not going to fight that. That doesn't make any sense. And that's basically it.
Dennis, be still. You're making a lot of noise. I was just interested because you were talking about multi-universes, and that yet you have no proof that that's there.
You can't. The only proof that you have there is that without them there, that all of our physical laws would fail. All of them. Because we used to believe, it was very interesting. In the 1850s, we used to believe that electrons were little spots on like a bun. That would be like a bun made with, say, chocolate M&Ms stuck on the outside. And that was a theory that those represented electrons. And it didn't really work because observation showed that those electrons could be interacted with, and you could end up making that electron disappear and reappear with semiconductors. And with this photoelectric effect, which, by the way, Einstein won a Nobel Prize for. So bit by bit, the theories of the 1850s led to the theories of the 1870s. And suddenly, we had another model called the Rutherfordium model, where you had a nucleus made of protons and neutrons, and you had an electron that traveled in an orbit like a planet, like a circular orbit, would travel around and around. Well, we know that doesn't work that way because we can't, if it traveled in an orbit, it would have to travel at the speed of light. It can't go any faster than that. So how would an expansion, if we go ahead and add energy to an atom, we create an ionized atom. So if you add energy to, say, lithium, you can take the outer shell of lithium and create it becomes physically much bigger. The actual, the position of the electron separates from the nucleus a great degree because you've added energy to it, and energy cannot be created or destroyed. It has to be balanced, so it assumes a new orbit. This is the 1870s idea. It doesn't work because the problem is, if you're stuck in this universe, everything has to travel at the speed of light. We did not see any delays in the deflection of electrons that were sprayed into a model, let's say of a thin layer of gold, hammered out only one atom thick. That should normally have seen delays if the electrons were traveling all at the speed of light or below. So in the 1890s, we start to see the real indication of the structure of the atom. And we start to see the fact that the atom, the protons and neutrons we understand in the nucleus, it's the electrons that are very mysterious because they don't really travel in orbits. They have an orbital cloud, which is a statistical cloud that shows this is probably where they will end up. And then we hit the 1900s and we see that statistical position is actually what Einstein stumbled onto with special relativity. And he looked at it and said, oh my God, this is actually the electron is actually started. It creates itself, disappears, and recreates itself within a statistical field that we call now an orbital cloud. And all the reactions of physical chemistry and electrochemistry, all the things that we need to know as chemists, how things interact, they all follow that rule. If you apply that electrochemical theory, what I just mentioned, to anything, the making of explosives or adhesives or color dyes or whatever it might be in the chem lab, they're all dependent on the fact that the electron disappears and reappears. It does not travel in an orbit like a planet around a sun. That was an assumption, and it was a hypothesis, and science knows what to do. We've been talking about it all evening. We rejected it because there was no proof that it made any sense. And after about 100 years, we had a model that is now being used that's pretty damn accurate. And every chemistry student since then has learned it. And it's logical, it makes sense. We have all sorts of equations that we can use. There's things called valence equations that are electrochemical equations. These are they're not theories, these are laws. Because without them, we wouldn't be able to develop rocket fuel or paint or glue or shampoos. All of chemistry is based on how the electrons work within a structure of atoms.
Hold on just a second, Pluto. New Ways, who are you on the call? Speak or get through.
Hello, you have not been behaving yourself. We have your IP now.
Get lost. It was probably the Jew. I kicked him out of the call. What a fucking idiot.
That's funny.
Well,
Anyway, I'm going to disconnect because I do have to have I'm 7 minutes behind.
You're awesome, man.
So anyway, Dennis, take care of yourself. I have a great deal of respect for you. I'd love to talk to you later and find out what you're doing. And I think it's what you've got is some interesting ideas, and I think that more people need to be involved in your research. And I would love to, in whatever way I can help out, I would be honored to help you out.
Well, I would love that as well.
Okay. So anytime you see me online, call me.
there you go.
Thank you.
See? Some people are lovable.
All right.
Thank you, Pluto.
So- Okay, take care, Debbie Daly, and you keep that angry Jewish person away. I don't like him at all.
I don't like him. He's horrible.
He's very.
He's an angry Jew.
He's just a strange little man. I know many Jews, and they're all very intelligent, but I know one Jew that's just a little weasel. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
He's rotten to the core. Rotten to the core.
He is. All right, 10-4.
Thank you, Pluto. Over and out,
All right,
dear.
Pluto. Take care, man.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, ciao. Thanks.
Pretty mind-boggling, huh?
I enjoyed that.
I bet you didn't know that I hung out with some scientists, did you?
Well, I enjoy that.
Yeah, he wasn't there to
Yeah.
attack. He was just there to to give his theory, and not theory, but to give his opinion.
No, I enjoy that. I enjoy those types of conversations, right? Because it's not too often that I get an opportunity to speak to people that are really high-ended that way, right? Again, no judgment. But yeah, for sure, 100%. And never got an opportunity to speak with them in regards to this. Is that how can you measure consciousness?
Yeah,
That was
that's
the
hard.
question I wanted to put to him, right? And yeah, it's real, right? It's just a lot.
What makes you believe in Source?
What makes me believe in Source? It's not that anything makes me believe in it. It's just that I know within it.
What does that mean?
It's just knowing source. It's like where universe came from. It's like we hear about scientists, we hear about astrologers, astrophysicists, the whole bit, right? And it comes to a point where that they talk about the Big Bang, or they talk about creation or whatever like that. And at the end of the day, it's like there is consciousness within the universe, is there not? That's my question. Don't you believe that?
Okay, what do you mean by consciousness in the? What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
Source consciousness. It's what created the universe. Like, again, this is just me, and how can I say? It's just an energy, like he was mentioning, energy that is undeniable, and what are you going to say? Like, I don't know,
Well,
Debbie.
I think that here's what I think. I think that I don't think that any human being, any one of us can be looked down upon because we have a belief in something. I think that
Would be judgment.
I think that a person that believes in things that are not tangible, in my opinion, that's a very beautiful person, because they're not stuck in just the third dimension here. They can go beyond that, and they can feel beyond that, and sometimes even even satisfy a belief by proving things that they believe have happened. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know it's kind of hard to explain, but sometimes the dreamers are what make this life so beautiful. It's hard to put into words, but it's like believing in the notion of, I don't know, just something. It's hard to put into words, Dennis. I don't know how to put it into words.
No, take your time.
It's like believing in a miracle.
Yes.
I mean, so many people would not believe in a miracle, but I was told at a very young age that I would experience a miracle in my lifetime, and I did. I experienced what I know to believe. There is no explanation for it, and even on the medical charts, it says possible DI, possible divine intervention, because there was absolutely no other way to explain what happened. And that was what happened with my son when he had that horrific surgery when he was young. There's no other way. There was no way to explain it. It was impossible to explain because what happened with him was insane. And I know we can talk about multiverse theory and, you know, this, that, and the other, and that's fine. I'm all for that, okay? But there's a lot of people who have gone to a lot of trouble and have got a lot of proof on the Big Bang Theory. And if you believe in the Big Bang Theory, I believe you believe in creation. I believe that if you believe in the Big Bang Theory, you believe in creation. And if you believe in creation, there has to be a creator.
Yes.
And I don't know what else to say. Interrupt me anytime. I'm running out of things to say here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Without evolution, there could not have been, without creation, there could not have been evolution.
Well, yeah, of course. Somebody had to create the monkeys, right?
Yeah, the monkey. And it's simple stuff. Right? See, see, Debbie, I like to try to keep things simple. Right? People like to make things complex and chaotic. Right? This is where our life has where we are right now is in chaos. Right? But there is order within chaos. Right? See, chaos was born from order, and order was what creation,
right,
where it began.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Out of chaos
so don't
comes
sweat the small stuff. Because Debbie, you do, and I like you, all right? and you do good work, right? You do your best, right? I understand that, you're not always on top of the ball every day, every minute, right? Like how many humans are? Not very many that I know of. and it's knowing, for me anyway, it's knowing where it come from. And yeah, Debbie, you do really, really good work. And we really do love you, and we see what you're doing.
What am I doing?
It's just not me.
What do you mean? What am I doing? What? I don't get it.
Well, what are you doing? You're expanding within yourself. You're in bettering yourself. You're not fucking just sitting on the sidelines, right? You're doing shit, right? So yeah, you might not think that what you're doing is actually making an effect, but you are. Just know that, right? It's not easy. Again, who said that life would be easy? Nobody. And if I heard somebody say that, I'd say you're a liar. Right? Try to get it, the easy way
My
out.
daughter once told me, she said, you know something, Mommy? If you ever die, if I ever die, maybe I won't ever die. She said, you will probably have one of the most amazing funerals I've ever seen in my life with people talking about you. And I told her, I said, why would somebody wait until after somebody dies to tell them something that they feel about that person? And I think that that's very, very sad that people hold back. They're not shy to hold back what they feel if they don't like them, but they're very shy in holding back feelings. And that's one thing that my daughter always says makes me stand out different from everybody else, is I'm not above or indifferent or against telling somebody why I like them. Now, a lot of people say that makes me a tease, a flirt. No, it's not. It makes me a person that is...
real. You're real.
Well, I don't know about that because I can't stand outside myself. But what I do is, instead of telling somebody at the AT&T store when you call in and they go, AT&T, what's your problem? And telling them they're a bitch and making a complaint, I am the kind of person, I do this all the time, I give people an atta-girl. I say, I need to speak to your supervisor, or I need to know who your supervisor's name, and I make damn sure that I write an email that says how good that person was on the phone with me. And when I meet somebody through the internet and they come on my show and we talk for a while and I like what they do or what they say, or I feel their energy is really good, I'm going to say that about them. And I have reasons to like a lot of people. And people don't understand that. People think it's fake. They think it's phony. No, it's not. They think it's me playing to everybody. No, it's not, because there's a lot of people I don't like.
Debbie, I've known you for a while.
Okay.
Right?
This doesn't sound good.
What you do, right, is from the heart. Okay? And just know that universe, spirit, angels, whatever, they know this. Right? So don't be self-judgmental. Right? Because they don't like that.
I didn't think I was being self-judgmental.
Well,
I think judging somebody is different I think judging somebody is different from having an opinion. Having an opinion on somebody means that you're a liar.
No, but on yourself. On yourself.
But
Say, I do this and do that. You're doing fine.
I didn't say I was. In fact, I did say what I meant is I'm doing fine. I don't seem to have a problem sleeping at night. I don't have a problem with what I do with people. I'm good to people. I'm fair to people. I'm not mean to people. I'm not rude to people. I can be mean. If you pick a fight with me, you're going to have a fight on your hands, so you better be ready for that. But as far as just walking around the earth, I don't fuck with people. But if you fuck with me, you better be careful, because if you hit first, then I get to hit. And I can hit really hard. Because I play with fairness, and I play with the light, and I play with what's honest. I play a fair game. And that's a lot of people on this planet. I believe, Dennis, that there's a lot of dark people on this planet. Dark people that are operating on very low vibrations. And they despise, loathe, and hate people that operate on a high vibration. You know what I'm saying?
I know this.
And I think when people see somebody like myself that operates on a high vibration, that tries to look at the glass as half full, tries to find the positive in everybody, they hate it, because they have sold out. They have given up. They have thrown in the towel. They have quit. They have sold out to the dark.
I know this. Debbie.
What? Stop saying Debbie. You always do that. What?
I know this. You're a magnet.
I'm a magnet for bad. I'm a magnet for... I'm more a magnet...
You're a magnet for negative energies want to fucking grab onto you.
Yeah, they're unbelievable. It's horrible.
Yeah?
Well, what is it, baby? I have been attacked more than anybody. And I should... That was Gunner. I should revel in that. I should revel in the fact that I'm attacked more than anybody else on podcasting that I've ever seen. People want to believe, oh, well, she's hated more. No, that's not it. I am attacked more. I mean, it only makes logical sense because I bring more to the table, not as far as intelligence goes, but as far as just being good, so to speak. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know.
And I have finally come to peace with that. I'm at peace with that, is what I'm saying. I have accepted that. Does that make any sense?
It does. And when did that happen?
Excuse me?
When did that happen?
When did what happen? When did I decide that? When did I discover that?
When you come into peace within yourself, yeah.
When I sat back and realized what a bunch of freaking idiots I'm surrounded by, and it took me a while to do. It took me a while to do, but once I did, and I finally saw when it's the lies that I see, and it's the way people just are really fucked up little people. They're just like really idiotic little stupid people, and they try to play and they lie. It's the lies, Dennis, that I can't deal with the lies. The way people lie, they lie so much, and they'll lie about me, they'll lie about themselves, they'll lie about anything, and that is what made me realize over time that there are a lot of really, really dark, bad people. You got to go outside, Bubba. A really dark, bad, mean, ugly, bad people around this planet that I have come in contact with. People that stop it, Gunner. People, you need to go outside, baby. Is that it? Huh? I got a gigantic dog right here next to me. He's up and doing something.
Well, you know.
Hold on. What's up, baby? What do you need? What? You need to go outside and TT? Okay. All right. Okay. Hold on, big one. He's like a horse. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Can you hear him?
Like one.
He's a big one. He's a 120-pound lab. He's a 120-pound lab.
Nice.
Hold on just one second. I'm trying to settle him down. Hold on. We'll go in a minute. I'm going to go take him out, and don't go anywhere because I'm going to take a break real quick and then come right back, if you don't mind, everybody. I'm going to just put something on that we can listen to while I'm gone. Gunner, hold on. Gunner. Okay, hold on just 1 second. Don't anybody go away, and we'll be right back to talk about a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about. And don't go away, all right? Stay there.
What I feel
Man, I barely made that back. Are you still with me, Dennis? No? Okay. Well, I'm still here, everybody. Goose went and voted today and said you need to get your dumb ass out there and get in line because it's going to be a long wait if you wait on the November whatever to vote. So I said I'll go tomorrow because I'm registered in Collin County, which means I have to go. I think I have to go vote. Don't I have to go vote in the county that I'm registered in, or can I vote in another county? Because if so, that's going to be a drag. I have to drive all the way to Plano and vote. I don't know. Let me see if I can do that. Let me check and see. Somebody sent me earlier a link I thought was interesting. It says, it's from Forbes magazine, and it says Stephen Hawking predicts this pill will change humanity. And Stephen Hawking credits his ability to function and maintain focus on such a high level to a certain set of smart drugs that he takes that enhance his cognitive brain function and his neural connectivity while strengthening the prefrontal cortex and boosting memory. In an interview with Anderson Cooper, Stephen Hawking said that his brain is sharper than ever, more clear and focused, and he credits a large part of it as using something called intelligent. The brain, he says, is like a muscle. You have to work it out and use supplements just like bodybuilders use, but for your brain. Now, as we know, the brain is an organ. It's not a muscle, even though some people want to believe it is. Now, the heart's a muscle, which is why... Ouch, 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 ouch.
Ouch. What do you mean, ouch?
That's loud on my ears.
Sorry.
But a lot of people believe that, I mean, I have a doctor that's a cardiologist. He's the chief of cardiology at He's the chief of cardiology at St. Paul's Hospital, and the chief of cardiology is Zale Lipsky. And he was my cardiologist back when I was having those. It's called paroxysmal it's paroxysmal hold on, Debbie. Something tachycardia. It was when I was having these irregular heartbeats, so to speak. Paroxysmal ventricular tachycardia. And it was kind of dangerous to deal with, but he had me on Holter monitors and all kinds of stuff. And every now and then my heart would just all of a sudden just take off and just go beating up to 185 beats a minute. And I'd just be sitting there, just humming a tune or walking down the street or driving my car, and all of a sudden it's go boop, 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 boop. And he said he had a theory that it was actually a very healthy thing to have. Now, the reason he said that is because the heart does not know if you're running to make it beat fast. All he knows is you're making it beat fast. And he says any heart that beats fast, up to 185 beats a minute, is a strong heart, and then you stay alive after that. So he said, actually, you need to be excited that this has happened to you. I was like, yeah, but what's doing that? And he goes, well, it's an adrenaline rush, obviously, to kick off the anyway, I feel like I'm just blabbering here, but there's a sinus node in our heart that keeps the rhythm of our heart, and that comes from the brain. And the sinus node is what makes it go, doo-doo, doo-doo, which opens and closes the little valve that lets in blood at the lower ventricular compartments to the atrial compartments, which are the two that are above the ventricles. And one brings in and one pushes out, and one brings in and one pushes out. And when the signals get crossed up to the heart, it will say, open, close, open, close, open, close. It'll just start going, it'll get off complete sync. And that's what mine was doing. Now, it caused me to psychologically, okay, because psychology, what we feel is sometimes a result of what happens to us physically, which is like science versus, whatever, and science versus theory. And it caused me personally, Debbie, to develop panic disorder. Okay, and what would happen was, whenever I would feel the least bit flutter in my heart, or if I was somewhere where I had this happen, because I had this happen to me when I was driving my car. And I had just left the shopping mall, and I had my 2 kids with me, and we were driving. And I remember it like it was yesterday. I can tell you the song that was playing on the radio when it happened to me. And my heart just started beating so fast, I thought, I'm going to die. And I called 911 and on my cell phone, and I said, I'm having a heart attack. I pulled off the side of Preston Road onto the grassy knoll the grassy area on Preston Road. And before I knew it, there was an ambulance and a police car behind me, and it had already calmed down. And they went ahead and took me in. And the sad part about it is my brother, who was the watch commander at the time of the 911 department, that's the guy that sits up higher than all of the officers that are down there answering the 911 calls. He said that he pulled the copy of the recording, and he said, Debbie, it was so sad because you were going, I have children. I have small children. Please come. I mean, he said, you didn't care if you died. All you cared about was those children, that they got looked after. And he said that just meant a whole lot to him that I did that. So, but where was I going with this? But
Debbie.
Dennis.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Sorry. No. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead. What?
No, it's just stress. Anxiety. Right?
Me? Right now?
No, like at the time.
No. It was not. It had nothing to do. It was physiological. No, listen to me.
Physiological. Okay.
Dennis, listen to me. You don't understand.
Okay. All right.
I was very relaxed. I had just left the shopping mall. Everything was great, and all of a sudden, just boom! It was my sinus rhythm was out of whack in my heart. Does that what I'm talking about? It had nothing to do with stress or anxiety. I was very happy in my life because there's not a psychiatrist in the world that they could send me to that could teach me anything. It's like, well,
I believe you.
Now, there are times in my life I was under extreme stress and anxiety that I didn't have this stuff. Trust me when I say that. I've been under stress. I've been on the bottom. I even.
That's why I say I believe you.
But I'm not just talking to you. I'm also talking to a listening audience out there, trying to teach them something. But I just think that I adore Pluto, and I know that he makes a lot of sense, but I do think some things in this life just can't be explained. Hello?
Yes, this is what I wanted. Okay. I really do care of you, right? I love you, okay? And yeah, what Pluto was discussing, 100%, right? And then he had to go. I understood that. And it's like we're forgetting the fact that we're just kind of like here sharing this time together just for a little bit, and then we go, and then we leave, and people fret it and or fearful of that departure from this planet, whatever. and science doesn't always have their finger on it, right? They can't, right? See, they're still trying to get into that aspect of what human consciousness actually is, which is actually physical, right? It's just not within the physics that we can, again, put our finger on, but it is, it is something that is real, and yeah. So yeah, I like that conversation with your friend. That was a good conversation. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, he's pretty smart. He talks way above a lot of people's heads, especially mine. He's like, the circumventing multi-universe is an anthropological principle that has generated minimalistic examples of dimming chaotic Boltzmann, and it's a theory. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He can get really out there, and I love that in him. I think that is badass as fuck.
No, he's good, and thank you for pulling him in.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up in your face, Denisio Pushata. Huh?
No, it was good.
I'm going to try to see if I can pull Steve Rush back into my show sometimes, if he thinks he can come on without attacking everybody if he's drunk. Here's what I'm going to do. If he agrees to come, because he's been following the show and tweeting the show and doing this and Facebooking the show, if he agrees to come back, and that's fine if he doesn't, I'm doing just as fine without him, but he is so much fun. He's the person that I laugh with and act like an absolute child, and I love that. I love those shows that he and I do. But here's the thing. If I, in so much as even think
and so much is, yeah,
that he's drinking, if I even think that he's drinking, no, it's not going to happen. Just saying, just throwing it out there. Speaking of throwing it out there, I went to the fair yesterday, and I thought I've been going to the State Fair of Texas, I guess, all my life. And I have never, and I repeat, never seen a crowd like that in my life. There must have been 1 billion people out there. And I don't know where all these freaking people are, but they're all Mexican. That's all it was. Thousands upon billions of Mexicans. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't have anything against Mexicans as long as they're over here. And I know they're not legal, but what are you going to do about it? I just don't think that. I just could not believe. Do you remember Sean from Hypno Solutions?
I do.
He contacted me. He was kind of weird, wasn't he? Or was he weird? Or was he?
Sean? Yes, all right.
You want to hear a show that you and I did six years ago?
No way.
Go
ahead.
It originally debuted on 10/16 of 2010.
Go ahead.
That's almost to the day, Dream.
Change the marquee right now as we speak. What did you experience?
I left it up to God. Okay. I found myself hanging off an eaves trough while I was cleaning my my neighbor's eaves, getting ready for the winter, make sure everything drained to where it's supposed to drain. And it started raining, whatever like that. And I slipped out the ladder and I fell on the ground onto the asphalt on the driveway.
What an idiot. You fell off the ladder onto the driveway. Clunk.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, the neighbor across the street, he was in his basement, and he felt me fall off the freaking damn roof, and felt it through the ground.
Damn.
Through his, yeah. And so, yeah, he came out of his basement and said, oh, yeah, I heard some commotion.
That stupid Dennis fell off the fucking roof again. No, I'm joking.
Oh, fuck.
Let's see what else you say.
Broke my wrist, and I broke 4 ribs. And I got almost 30 stitches in my left arm. And, yeah, that was near death. And, I smashed my glasses, and I chipped my tooth, and I could have even...
You must have really hit hard.
Oh, it was brutal.
Bless your heart. Oh my God. You chipped your tooth? That means you smashed your face? Oh my God.
No, it was close, man. It was close.
30 stitches in your freaking arm? What?
Yeah. No, I tried to hang on to the eavesdrop, right? Before I fell off the,
How many?
because my feet were tangled up in the ladder. So.
How many stories did you fall? I'm sorry.
It was only 14 feet.
I'll tell you what, I am a horrible person because I have always laughed at people falling. I think that is so fucking funny. They look so stupid. Like there was this guy, me and my girlfriend Kim went out with this guy one time. And we always were like a pair when we went out. We went with this guy. We went out with this guy named George. If you're listening, Kim, we went out with George. And he was like, these are my bitches. We were all dressed up. We go to this bar, and George normally doesn't drink. He's a weight builder. He owned this place called Texas Gym. And Kim and I would go there and work out and do, dead weights and stuff. And he just got to know both of us, and he just thought we were the craziest and funniest, cutest things he'd ever seen. Well, we go to this bar one time that was on top of a hotel that was in off of Interstate 35 over there somewhere. I forgot the name of it. And George doesn't drink, and George started drinking. Well, we had driven over there in a taxi. Well, because we knew we were going to get smashed. Well, at the end of the night, I remember Kim and I were in this taxi, and George was standing up on these steps. There was like 20 steps up to the hotel. It was a grand entrance to this hotel with a circular drive. We're sitting in the circular drive in the taxi, and I look over there and I go, George! And he goes, oh, and he waves, and all of a sudden he just tumbles down all those stairs. And I go, oh, Kim, look. And he was like, he stands up and he goes, I'm okay. And he just falls. And I never forgot that. I just think it is so funny when people fall. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, until you do it yourself.
Oh, my God. Bless your heart. Let's see what else you're talking about. Let's keep going. What, Dennis?
No, you pull up that like that,
What?
Well, me talking about me falling off the roof?
Mm-hmm. What about it?
Well, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. It was 6 years ago. Excuse me.
No, it was longer than that. Was it only 6? It was longer than that.
Well, it was 2010. It was in October of 2010. I don't know when it happened. Did it just happen when you told me about it, or had it happened earlier in your life?
Yeah, it happened a little bit earlier in my life. Right?
Oh, okay.
So anyway, it doesn't matter.
It does matter. You matter. Let's go forward. Hold on.
Factors determining the vocabulary used to describe and interpret it. There's the nurse that knows where my dentures are. Autograph book from high school.
What did I just say? I must have been reading something. There's the nurse that knows where my dentures are. I don't have dentures.
He hasn't loaned us a CD. We haven't gone to eat with him in the lunch.
Right.
Right.
It's all about balance, and to keep center. We have to recognize all these things, and it's very, very important. Why, you got Jake on the line?
Yeah, Jake is usually on the line. What's going on, Jake Jaker?
I needed to take a breather.
What's going on, bud?
God, I get real.
Now, you didn't like Jake, did you?
I can't say I really connected with him.
Okay, what did my dad say? A no is no, and anything other than that is a yes. If somebody says, hey, Debbie, have you ever robbed a bank? I go, no. And if they said, have you ever wanted to rob a bank? Well,
no.
Yeah. If I could get away with it. No, I'm joking. I think that Jake knew you didn't like him.
Angry at stupid things. Ooh. I swear, sometimes I think I need anger management. I was enjoying your guys' conversation. It's what was calming me down. I just had a show.
He was cute. He was young, and he stuck with me He stuck with me a long time. Why didn't you like Jake?
It It's not that I did not like him. It's that he did not like me. Right?
Well, let's just take a listen and see.
There's a difference.
And I called in with my phone because I'm not like one of them fancy premium tabby. And so I usually just call in as a call-in on Skype because it's better sound quality with my good headset.
Debbie, you call me Knucklehead or something.
No, I call you Din Din and D. Sometimes I call you D. If I nickname you, I'm crazy about you. And that's the facts, because my daughter's friends will go, your mother doesn't make fun of me. And Heather will very politely say, what, Jake? Because my mother doesn't like you. Oh, Lord. But, yeah, Jake, I never refer to him as Jake. He's either Peanut, Pumpkin, Angel, and I do that with Dream Master, too. Squash. Shut up, Jake. No, I just, I do believe so wholeheartedly in this. And the very first time I did a psychic show, Mooney did it with me, and I said, I was so nervous I was talking. No, listen, I was so nervous I was talking a whole lot. And I go like this. I go, Mooney, what do you think? And she goes, well, actually, I was wanting to listen to just a little bit more of the caller, which was Mooney's way of going, shut the F up, Debbie, and let the stinking caller talk, you idiot. I went, oh, okay. So, yeah. If they say, I want to ask you something, Jake. Your era that's coming up, your generation that's coming up, what's wrong with them?
More like what isn't wrong. Okay, just kidding.
Yeah, I remember him.
I think a lot of people in my generation lack
morals, intelligence, backbone. I don't know. I think they're definitely a lazier group of people than I've ever seen in the world.
No, that's right. There are different. Different people, growing up, in the same space, but just in different, spaces. The same time, different spaces. Right? Some people, yeah, that's all.
Okay, you can keep talking. Now, you did a show. I'm looking at your shows on Blog Talk Radio. You did shows called The Big Picture. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah, I could see that. And there were some girls that hung out on your show that didn't like me, did they?
No, and I didn't care.
But that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is there are many times that I am the kind of... Wow, there's one 7 years ago. 7 years ago. Yeah.
Yes, some women didn't like you, and I didn't care for them.
I would talk in the chat room, and they would be so mean to me.
Yeah, as you go, tell them to fuck off.
And I was trying to be so nice, and they'd be so mean. Poor little mean.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
They were horrible. And I left your show because of that. You asked me to do a show with you. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
Was it this show? Dennis? Was it?
Which show? I'm not hearing no show.
It's called The Big Picture.
Yeah, I did many big picture shows.
Was that the one that I did with you? And all the girls were like, "Get this bitch off of here." They didn't like me at all.
No, I don't know.
But
I didn't care.
But I was nice to them. I don't know why they didn't like me.
Yeah, because apparently you were a threat. Apparently because you were supposed to be some kind of some kind of like person that I might attract myself to, like to you, right? So you were a threat or something.
Whatever.
Like, fuck off. Yeah, it's like, whatever, man. Like, fuck, get a life. Fucking have no time for that shit.
I'll never deny the fact that I have certain gifts, certain curses, certain whatever you want to call it, to be intuitive. My intuition is tweaked really, really high. Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll never deny myself that. I don't care what anybody says.
No, listen, I know that of you.
Who was Carol
I know
Watson?
that. Carol Watson?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, she wasn't too bad.
She was a what?
You know. She wasn't too bad, you know, she was a friend.
She's got 1 million posts on here. On your blog, on your Blog Talk Radio shows. I'm sitting here looking at it.
Yeah, no, she's a friend. Yeah, we talked for a while. That's when I first started.
I wonder if the show that I did was with you is on here. I don't think it is. I'm not sure. I'm just here looking at all of your different shows. You say things like, oops. This says, today is about the 5 elements: earth, air, fire, water, and source consciousness.
Consciousness.
Radio.
Let's see what you say.
So, again, I'll express all 5 individuals. So Earth is pretty... It's easy to float in the clouds, but we always got to keep our feet on the ground.
Yeah, it's in grounding because she gets to go out of the body too easily.
Yeah. That's the other friend that wanted me.
Other friend that didn't like me?
No, a friend that wanted me. And didn't like you, because you were my friend.
What a bunch of cheesy people do we have around the earth? You know, what a bunch of dickheads.
Whatever, man. I have no time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Well, I don't care anymore. There's so many assholes that are around. Like, there's this one guy on Spreaker now that is a guy that I knew in my past when I was on Blog Talk Radio. And he was just crazy about me when I was on Blog Talk. He would call into my show all the time and talk. Well, now he has convinced himself that I'm this wretched old lady that looks like your grandmother or something and he misspelled the word menopause. I have to tell you guys, menopause passed me by because I went through that when I was 30, 31, 32.
Lucky you.
Yeah, and it was like what is that? Oh, never mind. That's a shadow of a probiotic pill. It was a situation to where I couldn't have any more kids, so to speak, I guess you could say, and I lost. So I never went through that bullshit like most women. I never went through the change of life. I have been. One thing that keeps me happy, healthy, and young at heart is the fact that for so long I took, by orders of my doctor, female hormones because I lost my ability to have those female hormones. You know what I'm saying? And but he goes off on the menopause thing. He goes, these clown ladies are, and he's talking about me because I went on his show with Celtic Brony on his page, and I posted, Celtic, listen to this guy. And he did an entire show about me the next day. It was crazy to listen to. And he thinks he's so smart, but he misspelled the word menopause. Hello, Bubba. Who let y'all in? Steven. Steve-O.
No.
Can you close my door for me? Thank you. Steven.
It would have been a little bit creepy.
Do what? What'd you say?
No, that would have been a little bit creepy.
Yeah, it's weird. Some people that come around here, and that's like, just go away. This guy hates women. He hates women. And any guy
I don't understand that. That's just weird.
Any man that hates women is scary.
No.
Scary as fuck. Because that means they hate mommy. And any man that hates mommy is a danger to society. I mean, that's fucked up. You know, for you to hate your mom, you've got some serious fucking problems. And usually men that hate, they're all women. You can tell he hates women just by the way he talks.
Yeah, it's obvious.
And he has got me in his crosshairs. But he called into my show several times back when I was on Blog Talk Radio and just fell in love. He was just crazy as, you just thought I was just the neatest thing you'd ever seen. And then for some strange, bizarre, crazy reason, now he thinks I am this what did he call it? Something about a clown. Let me see what he called. He called me a female creepy clown.
Menopausal clown?
No, he called me a female creepy clown. He says our menopause and cigarettes is what he called me. I just thought it was great. But then he talks about this other girl from Dallas. Her name's Tommy. He calls her Tommy because he's an idiot, but her name is Tommy. And she's just as cute as a bug. And he just loves her. He says that women past the age of 25 are just absolutely worthless. They're just mean, horrible, worthless bitches. And all that tells me is this guy has got some serious fucking mental issues.
Yep.
Okay. I feel like I'm dancing here on this call.
What do you mean?
It's like one-sided. You're not giving anything to this call.
Well, no. I want to. I want to go outside, and I don't want to lose you. You know, I don't know how long you're going to be on the air for.
Go outside and then call me back.
Well, I'm not going to drop you.
I'll drop you. Call me back.
I'm not going to call you back. I'm just going to drop the headphones.
But you'll be a bunch of noise. Call back. It's better for the call. It's better for the show. I'm hanging up. Call back. Listen how quiet it is. Fufu, stop it. You want to hear some of this guy that was talking about me the other day? I think I love exposing these idiots. I won't give you his name because I don't want everybody to... Because I know a couple of people have already rushed over there to his show. I know that one idiot in Tulsa has, but she's listening right now to my show. You got to hear this guy.
What is his name? I can't remember. And you pay half, you cut air off, and then you're free. And then they go to some place like Philippines or wherever, and then they get, in a different sort of relationship. But where they're coming from, it's not as bad. Walking around, stepped in a pile of crap, and just walking around stinking up and trekking around your house. They are ill, mentally ill. And with the scoop on the front, and then just bring them in and wheel them around and drop them into the renderer. And then, we're off to turning these deserts green. Really just terrible. Ugly. And a fucked up attitude. And you wonder why men just get the divorce, pay half, it kills them. They spent their whole life making all this money, and they had this, this albatross around their neck that wasn't an equal partner at all. Because they wouldn't have a problem with that. They just had this tag along. The guy was the talent. The menopausal and cigarette broad was just a hanger-on. And she gets half or more. But he's like, all right, she makes me so sick to my stomach. She's a despicable creature. Like female creepy clowns. All fucked up. Everything. When you have someone that admits to being a schizophrenic, they are ill, mentally ill at the menopause level.
Debbie? Yes? You need to kill that guy. Don't talk to me, schizophrenic people. Debbie, listen to me. You need to kill this man. Fufu, what is it? You just came in from being outside. You don't need anything. You're fine. You're foofing around. Just be a boopers and boop around. Fufu, no. Don't start getting all crazy on me. Boopers. Boopity bebop. You're ruining my show. What? You're a hound dog. Go chase rabbits. You're scared of rabbits? You're not scared of squirrels, I know that. Okay, stop. Stop it. I'm going to ignore you. Oh, Gunner's got you blocked. Look at what you're doing. You're making all these crazy, weird, messed up noises. Here, move. Okay, there. Now you can come under here. Lay down and go night-night. No, Gunner, I don't need your gigantic brown nose up here. Gunner, stop it! Debbie? Yes? Stop being mean to those dogs. You need to kill those dogs. After all, you're schizophrenic. I don't know what schizophrenia would feel like, but that would scare the fuck out of me. I would probably put a gun to my head if I thought I was schizophrenic. Can you imagine hearing voices going, "You're a horrible person. Everybody hates you." But it's not only thoughts, they say. They actually hear the voices. And I'm like, what the fuck? So remember the other night, the night before he did this, I was talking about something. And I mentioned that schizophrenia, or whatever you call it. I never can say that word right. Schizophrenia. And I guess this stupid mullet took it seriously. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? And I think I have more than proven people on Spreaker that I believe to be absolutely batshit crazy. One of them is this person here. I mean, I'm talking nuts. Listen to this chick.
The truth of the matter is that you did this on purpose. How can you live with yourself for what type of a person you are? You did this on purpose. Wow. You are less than a human being. Why should I? Give me one good reason why I should.
And that's all her show is. She just talks to somebody that's not there or somebody that's not talking back. Some of her shows, she just sits there. Like, for example, sorry, she's playing music on that one. And she's playing music on that one. This is her show. Can you hear it? And that's all she does. But this is the entire show. This isn't just 3 minutes or 4 minutes. This is the entire show. And then she'll start like screaming at somebody that never argues back. It's really weird. So I think that there are different levels of insanity. But this guy, I think you could put him behind glass and psychiatrists could study this idiot.
And they're lying to themselves, and they think they are entitled to be treated in a certain way, and with that attitude that they have, like just doing everything wrong, everything shitty. Unagreeable to anyone, really. It's a phenomenon, certainly, and just being shitty, just walking around, stepped in a pile of crap, and just walking around stinking up and trekking around your house and thinking they're funny, you know? And you wonder why guys divorce that just to get rid of it.
Does anybody know what he's talking about? Tracking something in? Now, the other day when Stephen was working on his truck, people were tracking oil in and getting on the carpet. And I was like, don't track that in here. And maybe that's what he's talking. I don't know what he's talking about. He's talking about somebody. I don't know what he's. But he dedicated this entire show to me, and he talks about me. He'll do that in just a second. He'll tell you who he's talking about.
And then they go to the Philippines or someplace. It's a relief for them. Oh my God, I'm so glad to be fucking rid of her. And this is what Trump was basically saying. He says at 35 or whatever for him, I think it was, he said, and see you later. That's what they caught Trump saying on tape or something. 35 years old, see you later. For me, it's like 25. And see you never.
Hi, Dennis.
Hey, you.
What's up?
Not much. You?
Oh, just talking about some crazy people here on Spreaker.
All right.
That's all.
Do tell.
Yeah.
I like to hear about crazy people.
Oh, this guy's nuts. He used to call my show a long time ago, and he was just crazy about me. And then all of a sudden, he started this craziness about me being a female creepy clown, whatever with menopause and cigarettes, whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah, whatever, man. But yeah, that's his issue, not yours.
Some people are just born haters.
Yeah, no. Again, no issue with you. You know, like I've known you for a while, right? And basically, you're good in my books, right? So anybody that's got anything on you, yeah, you got to talk to me too, right? So yeah, good luck with that. And yeah, and you know my friends. So.
A lot of people like me.
Yeah, I know. Right? And a lot of people do not. Because they're jealous or whatever, you know, they're in self-doubt or whatever like that, and so that they got to go to somebody, you know, that they can attack or whatever. And guess what? Debbie Daly, get her. It's like whatever, man, right? You know, you're at the bottom of your life that bad, where that you got to attack somebody like that. Give me a break. Sorry, I'm ranting.
I've definitely been attacked. There's no doubt about that. Ooh, wow.
Yeah, I know you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it.
But I've always taken it as a compliment because they don't attack the idiots. They only attack the people that are a threat. I mean, it's like Julian Assange put it better. He said, if I was lying, why would they want to censor me? Huh? How about that? You don't care.
Yeah.
People don't care about people that aren't threats to them. They just like, oh, aren't they cute? You know, and I've never really been threatened by anybody, to be honest with you. It's just people bother the fuck out of me on this goddamn podcast, and I'm just like, I'm used to it now. I see it for what it is, you know, which is a bunch of bullshit. And it doesn't bother me. It used to bother me, but it never really bothered me. I always thought it was stupid. I'm like, why are you doing this, you freaking idiot? You're making a fool out of yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Dave, you know your stuff, right? And if I find it a bit interesting. Actually, a little bit freaky. Where that you pulled up some of my old podcasts or my old blog talk radio shows excerpts.
Why? What's so hard about that?
Well, it's not hard. It's just I don't know the purpose, and
Because the call's lagging. There's nothing. Nobody's talking about anything. So that's when I start bringing up just something from the past or something that has been talked about before.
Oh, all right, I get it. I'm giving you dead air.
I have to keep the show going in some sort of a forward motion. That's
all right.
That's what my job is.
I know, that's what your job is. All right.
And I was only playing my old shows, not really yours.
All right.
Well, that's all. Just showing that we have a history.
Yeah, we do. So how about this? How about talking about where human consciousness is right now, where we are right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Where we should not be in a mode of self-doubt and pointing fingers at people. We should be looking within ourselves right now. And to expand and grow and learn, as a human conscious community, right? As opposed to, being, again, finger pointers and blamers. That's what humans got a big problem with right now. That's what I find, anyway. And it's like, unfortunate, but, I think it's something that, humans need to go through, this cycle, whatever. See, we have a cycle of life, right, like of physical life, and we also have a cycle of conscious life within ourselves. Right, and we got to look at that, and we are, some people are going through the circle. They've already extended through the high tide per se, and there are a lot of people that are still within the muddy waters, quote unquote, whatever. And so, these are the finger pointers.
Yeah,
right?
but it can also be said, though, Dennis, that, to give men fish is one thing, but to teach a man to fish is a great thing. And I believe that telling people what they're doing wrong is one thing, but telling people how to correct it is a great thing. So how does somebody get out of that cycle of... Hold on, let me finish. How does somebody get out of that cycle? Teach them how to stop doing what they're doing, which is being bad and pointing fingers and being ugly.
Debbie, this is what I mentioned to people, is I'm not here to tell you nothing, okay? No one that I've ever talked to likes to be told, right? I'm only here to share an offer, right? So I will share and offer you where I am, what I see. All right? I'm not here to tell you nothing. All right? If you ask, I'll share. All right? I'm not here to tell you nothing. Because nobody likes to be pushed. Nobody likes to be told. So I think that's a big difference. Right.
I don't give a fuck what people don't like to be told. People need to be told stuff sometimes. I mean, I listen to a lot of teachers on audio, a lot of really smart people that are a hell of a lot wiser than I am, and I listen to them and I take their advice. So I think that to be that vain, to be that self-centered that you can't be told anything. Yes?
That's their issue. That's their issue.
Yeah, but still,
See,
that doesn't
this
mean
is the
I'm
way
not
I
gonna
present.
Go ahead.
See, I'm not here, okay? I'm not here to tell you anything. I'm just here to share with you my observations. Okay? I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. Zero. I'm not here for that. I am not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm here maybe to show you another way. Right? That's it. You know, see, this is this is the difference. See, okay, Debbie, I'm so fed up with these psychics, these mediums, these. Please, no disrespect. People saying, you know, do this, do that, do this, and do that. You know, call in. You get this direction, that direction, this direction, that direction, whatever, like that. You know, and it's like no. It's like, you know what I did today, and I'm guilty.
No, what's that?
I called in to a psychic radio show. And he took my call. And I said, yeah, I'm calling you. I don't normally do this, but I'm calling you because you don't know me. And there's other people in the chat room, whatever like that. They knew me, whatever like that. I don't care, whatever. You know, it's just this one reader, right? I said, you don't know me, so yeah, read me. Go ahead. Right? Because I don't normally do this. And she said this, she said that. And I said, yeah, alright, figured that already, seen it already, confirmed. So it's like, you know what, I'm thinking to myself, it's like, yeah, you know, for years, I'm saying to myself, it's like, yeah, I already know it within myself, already the answer. Because you know what, whenever we ask a question, we already have the answer within ourselves. You know, it's just we don't have the guts to face it. So, anyway, sorry. That was a rant.
Yeah, but I'm listening. I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm laying down listening to what you're saying.
That's just a rant. Oh, yeah. And if you want to get into it even further, here we go. Here we go for little nighttime, dreamtime train ride. It's like our dream time? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. Is that I've noticing, well, myself, okay, my dream time, just to share, is that astral or the other dimensional energies, figures or whatnot, are really coming into a manner in which that they're expressing themselves more directly. And through our dream time, yes. And through nature, yes. And if you notice these things, yeah, you can read them. You know, I've been talking with people, actually, been asking me in regards to these things. And I'm saying, yeah, just open your eyes a little bit, right? Just, you know, the wind, the nature. I've been mentioning this for like 20 years, right? It's all coming in, right? And I see it, Debbie. And dream time, oh man, it's like right there. And people say, I don't remember my dreams. I don't remember my dreams. But I do remember this, and I do remember that, you know, because that was a traumatic part of their dream. So I'm saying, yeah, you know, and what brought that on, right? See, you got to remember that, right? You got to know where it came from, because it came from 3D, right? You sort that shit out, you know. Some people call it sit and meditate, whatever like that. I just call it processing. That's what I'll do. You know, I'll just sit and process, you know, daily events, so that when I do go to dream, like go to sleep, you know, I don't have these 3D issues in my brain no more, right? So I can dream freely, right? So astral, whatever, the outer dimensional, you know, they'll planes, whatever, they'll share more, you know. Well, they always do share freely, but my you know, my consciousness can pick that up, right? Because my subcon is busy in 3D, right? And you know, my consciousness, you know, being what it is, can recognize and be aware of the messages that universes bring. And yeah, it's you know, I can go anywhere you want, Debbie. you know, it's really simple. It can be difficult, but it is simple. I try to keep things simple.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You totally lost me.
All right. I figured I would. Sorry.
You did. I was trying really hard, too.
Well, you wanted to back up? Where do you want me to go to?
What were you talking about? I mean, what do you mean in your dreams or something? I got lost. That somebody speaks to you in your dream, or what? What is it? I mean, can you do it again, or maybe try one more time? I was trying really hard to follow you.
No. In dream time, universe gives us messages, right, from the other dimensions, and if we're locked up and you know, confused or wrapped up in our 3D crap, you know, the messages from the higher dimensions can't really come through within our dream time. And so if we were to be able to process our daily events to clear our mind, then we can have access to the messages that are coming from the higher dimensions. That's all.
It just hit me. Okay, let me see if I can read this back to you. Let me sit up. Okay. What you're saying is, God, I've got so much fuzz noise on your end.
Sorry.
What you're saying is, you're saying that processing our daily events, like, for example, if you have a disagreement with somebody or something like that, you have to process that, meaning that you have to make sense of it. You have to rise above it. You have to, you can't let things get to you and piss you off and bring you down and make you mad at yourself. I see so many people get into these moods, and I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't go there. Don't get in that mood. You know, stay with me. Just overlook it. You know, move past it. Move beyond it. Rise above it. There's so many different ways to explain that. And when you do that, then when you go to bed at night or whatever time you go to bed, sometimes I don't go to bed till 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, but when I do, I always dream. And I dream these bizarre dreams, and I always remember them. I could tell you every word of what I dreamed last night. And maybe that's because I don't go to bed with so much garbage in my mind from the day, because I try to keep things simple with people, you know, and I just, is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
No, it's not. You're just going along with me.
No, that's what it is. That's what it is.
I know you just used to call. You used to call my show all the time and tell me all this stuff about me, and I was just like, I never know where you figured all this out or whatever. I thought it was. I'm trying to reach a nail file about me being on this. I mean, some people I just think you have to keep things simple. You just can't complicate everything and get all freaking flubberblusted and all blah, 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 and all fucked up about it. Just keep it simple, dude. I mean, if you hate your mom, you hate your mom. And if you hate women, just say you hate women. You know, don't make a big, long, drawn-out thing about it. And
That's
you know,
it.
talking about clowns and all this weird shit and saying how much this. You don't know me, crazy guy over there that's talking about me that goes by the name of, should I say it? No. I know who you are.
Yeah.
I know who you are. And I just like, anyway, I don't know. People are weird. People get all caught up in themselves.
I, you know what? I have no time for people like that, right? You know, if you want to be a hater, whatever you want to call it, that name haters or whatever like that, it's like fine, right? Okay, it's like I've had many try it on me before, right? And you know, the real serious ones that try to get to me, right? Really, you know, they find the friends that I have within myself, right? And so yeah, it becomes moot, right? So yeah, go play your games. I don't fucking care, right? So yeah, you know, I can understand where that you're a person of you hold a position, right? And yeah, and yeah, you attract negativity, and when that happens, is that what you hold within yourself, your being within yourself, any negativity cannot really stick. It can't.
Hey, guys. What sock account is the Jew in there tonight? Is he Matt Shat? I bet the Jew has more sock accounts on Spreaker.com than anybody in the world. Seriously. I mean, I'm telling you, it's got to be insane. He comes in here every night under a different sock account. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, the Jew is funny.
No, the Jew's horrible.
Oh, it's funny.
He's funny?
Oh, yeah, he's hilarious, man.
Which other idiot is he, Jewish producer? And Apocalypse goes, you're right. Nah, he doesn't need to be punished. He just needs to snake away. Oh, shut up, Anonymous. I know who you are. Shut up, you crazy maniac. I know who you are. This message is for Debbie. Let's see what we have here. Which one? There's 1,000 of these on here.
You're so
Wow.
cute.
Wow.
I cannot keep silent anymore.
Please do.
I just watched the debate.
Is this the message of which you speak, Anonymi? Anonymi. All right, let's just take a listen. God, you're making so much noise, Dennis. It's like... I wonder what that is.
Sorry.
It's all right, Penny. Hold on just a second. Hold on. What?
And I got to tell you, as a Christian black man, and that's the order. It's God first for me.
And then you got to throw that black in there.
It's God first for me, period. As a Christian black man, I 100% support Donald Trump. You know, the fact that he brought up so many points that Hillary dodged over and over again. She's a career politician.
Hold on just a second. Let me go see. Is this what I'm supposed to be playing, Anonymous? Anonymous. I know who you are, Anonymous. And I miss you. You are Anonymous. You are Legion. We do not forgive. You don't forget. Expect us. I expect you anytime, but you won't come around. Anonymous. Let me see who you are following. I can tell you who you are. You are the guy that I know from a long time ago, aren't you? You crazy, mixed up, crazy, wild man. Yeah, I see who you're following here, because if you were the Anonymous, I know, the big Anonymous over here, you'd be following a lot of really mean people that I know. But you're not. You're following a lot of cute people that are the rainbow nerds. I wonder. Oh, wait a minute. You're following some big shots. You're following Louise. You're following Lady. You're following Phil. You're following Top. You're following a lot of people that I know that I don't talk about. A lot of people would be surprised that they are friends of mine that are in the anonymous network over in the UK that I like a lot. I love Phil. He's a friend of mine on Facebook. He's getting ready for the Million Mask March over there. But I do see that you follow some of those. So, but then I see that you follow Iconoclast. And, I was thinking about unfollowing all my followers because I've got a lot of people that I don't even know anymore on here that I follow. I'm like, what? I see that you follow. But that's good. That's a good group to be following. Those are some really tough people that I like to hang around with. They make a lot. You're following the Jedi? Excellent. So, yeah, I might listen to what you have to say, Anonymai. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Listen and learn. All right, we're going to listen and learn. Shut up, Stabby. Just be nice, fucker. You haven't told me about the concert that you went to, Love, Love, Love. Where did that go? Where'd that Facebook? All right, here we go. Let's make it through Dennis's noise, and we'll listen to this. Is fine. We'll listen to this. I'm not making no noise. You are making noise, Dennis. Shut up. Hold on. Here we go. We're going to listen to this. And this comes from somebody named David. He's a Christian, a husband, a father, and a black business owner. Why aren't you just a business owner? Why are you a black business owner? Got to play that race card. Let's hear what he has to say.
But the one thing that he brought up in the very beginning, he brought this up. The issue on abortion. I just watched a doctor that had said he performed over 1,000 abortions talk about what happens during a partial birth abortion. And the fact that babies are dismembered before they're pulled out of their mother's body. And Trump, you could hear and you could feel the passion in his voice when he was talking about that. It has to stop. We as Americans, if we want God's blessing on us as a country, it absolutely has to stop. That's the clear division, period. That's the absolute clearest division, period, between Hillary and between...
Yeah, but nobody believes in God. I mean, I do. I believe in a lot of things that nobody know about. Nobody know about. Nobody knows about because I don't come on here and blab about it. But that's the whole problem is all these atheists are running around here. Like, I don't believe in God. God who? There's no God. Prove it. Prove there's a God. That's just a theory.
Yeah. Who's God?
Pluto. I used to go around and around with Pluto on my show a long time ago. Y'all want to hear that? I'll play the rest of that in a minute. Y'all calm the fuck down, people. Simmer down now. Y'all want to hear my first my first meeting with the Skype assholes? Take a listen.
Well, I just try to, I try to keep it real. I appreciate the compliment,
Well, but one word of warning, you are going to hear the C word, you're going to hear the N word occasionally, you're going to hear the Arab word, you're going to hear people berate Muslims and, that type of thing. Hear Muslims berate white people.
This is Snake and Falcon of the infamous Skype assholes calling in to introduce themselves to me for the very first time. And they call in.
Jokes.
I don't think they're jokes. I think they're cool as shit. And here they are.
I know. Jokes is like fun.
Maybe I need to be argued with. Maybe somebody needs to put me in my place. Maybe somebody needs to tell me to shut the fuck up. I would love to argue it out with Mr. Happy McFappy, but he always has to start yelling some stupid thing.
I was talking about Stabby. I called him Happy McFappy.
Oh, you always puss out one way or the other. Whatever. Okay, fine. Don't call then. We're denied what he's doing, so we'll just let him continue to do it, okay? What's fire? And I think that when I took a hunt...
Makes no sense to me, to be honest.
Syrup, or it
God damn it.
No, you are.
Hold on, I got to take JP's call. JP, I got to hang up and then add you. I'm going to hang up on you, then I'm going to add you. I'm going to hang up, then I'm going to go to your name and put add to call. It's so crazy. I don't know why.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Whoa.
Hello, sexy.
Am I really loud? Jeez.
No, you're kind of over-modding a little bit, but go ahead. What's up? I love you. Miss you. JP. JP!
Hear me.
I can hear you.
I have to say I love everybody in your audience.
You do? You even love the fake guy in there? Whoever he is?
Isn't that Jew? That's got to be Jew.
Of course it's the Jew. The Jew's everything.
Yeah. Okay. Not crazy. He's that's that idiot I was talking about. Every one of them, even the Jew, because
boink boink boink.
Thing is so hot. It's so hot.
You're hot.
That idiot I was talking about.
You're fading out.
Every one of them, even. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of fade out. I'm going to call back.
Yeah,
call me back.
Yeah, no, hang on. I'm going to take control of this. Hang on. I'm going to hang up. There.
Opportunity to everybody in the Blog Talk community in the Skype SL.
Shut up. Now I'm going to call JP. It's only fair that JP gets to talk. Nope. I'm going to call you by yourself. Hold on, Angel. Hold on. No, it's just me and you.
I think we got it under control now.
Well, Dennis had a lot of, it was like going, and there was just a lot of feedback. So I took Dennis off, and now it's just me and you. What's going on? You love everybody in the chat room?
Yeah, I'm just kind of, I want you to get in touch with your chat board. I feel like you're out of touch with your chat board.
Well, they never talk about anything that I'm even talking about. I try to go over there, and they're just usually saying something ornery.
Wait. Look, JP forgot to wash his balls.
Well, Stabby gives you a hard time because he wants you to leave me. He always goes, oh, God damn it, Dennis, hold on. Dennis, no, not, you're calling in from the group call. Okay, I'll try to get this message out.
All right, go ahead.
Stabby was in a show the other night that I was watching, listening to, and I wasn't chatting in, and he said, Debbie's got you wrapped around her whatever, and to me that's just trying to put pressure on you to not be around me or something. Am I right in thinking like that, or am I wrong? Because I can be wrong.
Well, I like, any kind of talk is good talk. You know that, Debbie.
Dennis, get the hint. I'll call you back in a minute. Hold on, let me tell you.
Oh, he barely wants back in. I honestly have no idea what you guys were talking about for the last 40 minutes. None. No idea.
I was lost too. I mean, it was just like...
It was very meandering. What was there politics involved? What was this talk about? I'm so confused. And what was Mr. Midnight Movie on earlier talking about?
He told me on Twitter, he said he's going to be back soon to my show. Hold on, let me tell Dennis again. I'll call you back. Stand
1488.
while I talk to JP. I don't know. Dennis was kind of meandering a little bit. I was lost. I can't lie. Nothing against Dennis. I'm sure he's a great guy, and I still love him to death, but it was like he was saying source consciousness and all this.
Source consciousness? Really?
What does that mean?
Source consciousness? Is that some kind of internet term?
I don't know. I don't know what source conscious. I mean, it's just
source consciousness.
Conscience of the source.
Those weird websites, that predict the future based on internet.
I just said, Dennis, stand by while I talk to JP. Fuck. Some people just don't know how to. I mean, I don't
understand. It's like, who calls back 5 times? No offense to Dennis, but who does that?
The Jew.
Oh. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Right, Goose? Goose?
That Goose?
Yeah, that's Goose. I love making Goose laugh.
That's a good laugh.
It is a good laugh. So I miss you. I miss you so much, and I miss Mr. Midnight Movie, and he says he's single again.
Yeah. I've been spending a lot of time with him, Every weekend we hang out now.
That's exciting. What happened to Boo? I can't wait to give him shit about it. And I was right. I go, you got a girlfriend. I knew it. See?
Yeah, I think he's going to Vegas soon, believe it or not. Can you imagine Mr. Midnight Movie in Vegas?
With a girl?
Actually, yes.
Well, he's really become a player.
Yeah, he's playing it right now. He is.
Is his dad still in the hospital?
No, he was in and out of the hospital in a couple days. He's just been at home recovering with that bad back, and he's getting better. Actually,
I bet that's fun.
I do a lot of. I don't want to say therapy with him, but I do a lot of processing with him, and I think it helps. I think they like having me there. I'm just saying. I'm a good person to have around, Debbie. Oh, are you there?
You'll never hear me argue that point, JP. You know that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I mean, it's...
JP's one of the few people, if not the only person, well, maybe the only, that I've ever just completely had a sexual tension with. Completely.
Yeah. Oh, my God. It got pretty intense for some of those chats. You got to read some of those. I got to go read some of those one day. I got to find those.
I know. They're great. And I don't do that with Sonny, Mr. Midnight Movie, with Goose, with...
I don't know why I got so lucky with that, but I feel like I got a little bit lucky there. It's not, yeah. I've had some weird luck when it comes to that with women on Spreaker and Blog Talk Radio. I've had a few. Remember, Katie D was coming at me kind of strong. I mean, she's a weirdo, but it was still kind of flattering. It didn't matter. Kind of a monkey face.
I just think it's some women can just. It's sort of like that invisible thing that you don't know how to explain it with certain guys. They just have that sex appeal. And it's not that they're gorgeous or they're this or they're that. It's just some guys have that. It's just that
I picked the right medium. I'm on radio, so nobody could, they don't have to look at me while I talk. I could just
No, you've got those wicked-looking eyes that look like pit bull eyes. I know what you look like.
Grr.
I've seen you on webcam many times. In your little fishing hat with lures on it. No. The Jew said bait. He goes, don't you hang bait off of your hat? Bait.
I'm getting so many crazy comments. I've been called Beagle Nose.
Beagle Nose?
Beagle Nose, now Bagel Nose.
Aw.
JP, you will never mate with our goddess, you infidel. Whatever. Befiler.
Don't you think that guy I was playing earlier hates women?
Well, yeah, maybe. A little bit. I think that was what the chat board was saying.
Yeah, that idiot hates the fuck out of women. Those men scare me. Any man that hates his mother scares me.
Yeah. I watched my friend hit his mom. It was really crazy. They ended up calling the cops on him.
Was he big or was he young?
You know what? This guy, I've been dying to get him. He's my friend Crazy Doug, and I've known him since high school. At the time, we were about 21. I've known him since I was 14, and that guy, he's gotten every year. He's gotten a little bit more and more nuts, and now he's completely unhinged. He calls people. Yeah, There's a guy that has a health food store right down the street from where I used to live, and he used to call the owner of the health food store like 15 times a day, and I would tell him don't you think this fucking guy has a business to run? Why does he want to? He couldn't understand why this guy wouldn't answer his calls. He's busy, man. It's just like all these people in our neighborhood. Like he would start calling businesses and people and. He'd leave me messages about what a bad pathetic person I am and how bad my parents are and my dumb Jewish parents. This, and meanwhile, he's the biggest Jew on earth. So yeah, it's just insane. And he smoked crack in a limousine at some bar at the Rainbow Room in Hollywood with what's his name?
I don't know who.
The guy that sang. He was in the band Sister Christian, or that song. They did the song Sister Christian. Was
Sister
anyway.
Christian all the time.
Yes. He smoked crack in a limousine with the singer of that song, which was really weird. And then he got 3 DUIs in like 6 months, in a 6-month span. So he has like this thing in his car, like every time he can.
He has to blow into it.
Yeah, every time he starts his car, he's got to breathe into this. So fucking funny to watch because he's not an alcoholic. He's just an idiot. Like he'd always buy this drink called Sparks or Spark. I think it's Sparks. It's like the most disgusting drink I've ever tasted. It was like Four Loko basically, and he'd always drink a Spark and then get DUIs. He's just an idiot.
You don't like a lot of your old friends. I know you talk about some of them like that, and I think it's great because some of mine are fucking idiots too.
Yeah, I mean the crazy thing is I still have all my old friends. Like
I do too. I have all my old friends. Just about every one of them that I ever hung out with, they're still hanging out.
I got season tickets to Rams, and I'm going with 7 guys I went to high school with. I mean, it's just the dumbest thing ever. I fucking hate all of them.
Here's a picture of my girlfriend Kim that I talk about all the time. Can you see her? I just dropped it in our chat room on Skype.
Let's see this beauty. Ooh.
Yeah, imagine what she looked like 20 years ago.
Yeah, she's still good looking. You know, she is old, but older. But
her body, she's older than I am, and her asset is her body. She's got a rockin' bod.
She still has all her teeth. That's good.
Yeah, she's got a beautiful smile. That was one thing that her and I did together was we both had these. Golly, I got the hiccups. We had this this big smile, these 2 big smiles, and it really got a lot of attention. You know what I mean? So
does she still get laid? I'm just curious.
Does she still get what?
I'm not trying to be crude, but does she still get? She's been married, I guess, for like 50 years, or does she?
No, she's not married. She's not married.
Is she getting laid?
Yeah, all the time. She's always getting laid. Yeah.
No way. Does she tell you about like what happens?
Well, she tells me about guys that she dates, and guys are always after her. I mean, that's just a picture of her. You should see her in person. She's gorgeous. She's really.
No, I can see that she would get a lot of men after her because I'll be honest. Most women her age, okay, let's face it, most of them are fucking dumpy, and they don't care anymore, and it shows. Even the single ones.
You have to take care of yourself. It's just not going to happen naturally.
You got to take care of yourself. You got to want to look good. You got to have, at least, not a fake, like, you don't have to fake that you're happy, but you got to have kind of a positive attitude, and that all, then, yeah, why not? Why wouldn't you be attractive? Even if you're not that good looking, if you have those qualities where you take care of yourself, you care, and you try to at least show that you have some positivity left in your body, I could see why that person would get laid.
Yeah, I think it's a compliment when older women attract younger men.
Yeah.
And I've always done that for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I always thought I'm immature.
I know that's always happened, okay, since the beginning of time, since sex began. But don't you think now younger guys and older women are more compatible?
I know I get along with them well. I don't know what it is. I'm not talking about 18 years old. I'm talking about just...
Skippy. Yep.
Dennis is not going to stop calling.
Are you kidding me?
I just keep clicking off.
His last name Dyke?
Yeah, it's Dyche or Dyche or something. I don't know how you pronounce it.
I think it's Dyke.
Dennis is nice. Be nice, JP.
I'm sorry. You can't help your last name, but Dyke? That's great.
I started this part-time job because I'm sick and tired of working for this asshole. See, I've been working for John for so many years. I'll always work for John. But John wanted me to start working for this other guy that he hired on in his office, and I can't stand him. And so John feels like he can't be giving me work because I have to run it through this other asshole who thinks he knows everything. So I got this other job where I work from home because I'm such a prima donna. But people call me, they ring calls to me, and they're sales calls. And I have to try to sell them this thing. And they gave me this script. And I told this girl today, I said, look, I can do this, but I can't go off this script. You're just going to have to let me just do what I want to do. Oh, well, you have to go along with the script. I said, well, then it's not going to work. She goes, okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let's give it a couple of days and see how you do. And we'll review the calls because all of them are being recorded. Because I call in through this really weird, God damn it, this really weird way I call in.
If this is any better, I've been told that my audio is twice as loud as yours, but I've backed off my mic a little bit. Can you still hear me okay?
I can fix that. Okay, now say something. I just fixed it on my end.
This is Jewish Producer live on Debbie Daly's.
Now let me talk. Yeah, we're about the same now. I have to watch the levels, the little bouncing up and down levels. But anyway, so I said, okay, fine. So I took some calls today for the first time, and it was so funny because these people, they're real people, JP. And what it is they call in, okay, it's people that are trying to get a loan from a financial institution. And
she already.
Excuse me? What'd you say?
I'm kidding. Go on.
Well, anyway, and so I went totally off the script, and I closed all 4 calls. Huh?
And did management approve it? Were they cool with it then?
Haven't heard from them yet. But I can't wait to go tomorrow, and I'm going to say, okay, look, you can either make me go by this stupid script, or you can shut the fuck up and let me do what I want to do, and it'll all work out great. Yeah? How about that?
Scripts that's great. Kudos. But I think, the scripts are worded very specifically. I mean, and it's great. I'm sure they want people who can think on their feet and can ad-lib when they need to, but aren't the scripts supposedly they're supposed to be designed in a way where you're saying the words in an order that are supposed to maximize the chances of getting a close.
Exactly. They're just so worried about getting. It says we cannot use words that are. Where are the words? We cannot use. It says. You cannot use. Definitely, convinced, sure, absolutely, or guaranteed. And
oh my God, those are your favorite words.
We can only use words like possibly, hopefully, patience, likely, and unlikely.
Wow.
And I'm fine with that. I don't make any promises that I can't keep, but I'm just telling the people, hey, look, you're a fucking idiot if you don't do this.
Right.
No. I talked to this one man today, and I felt so sorry for this guy. And he was like, you seem like a really genuine person. And I said, thank you. I feel like I am a genuine. I mean, I'm being totally genuine with you. And I said, don't give up. Whatever you do, don't quit. And he called back and rang over to me because I have an agent number. I'm like Agent 99 or whatever. And they ring me back to him. And the people that ring me to him, I think they're like in Indonesia or something. Go, hello, we're ringing. Call back to Agent 4640. Are you there? And I'm going, yes, I'm here. Thank you. And they just go click. And then all of a sudden I'm on the line with this person. And this guy was like really depressed. And he said he had all these problems. And he had a wife and 2 children. And all of these medical bills were getting him down and all this kind of stuff. And I said, so you're wanting to just consolidate everything, and if you get a great big chunk of money, you can pay everything off and just pay 1 bill a month, right? I said, well, that's fine, but sometimes it doesn't work out like that. And I was just being honest with you. So I don't know. But I closed the deal. I closed the loan. I closed the freaking loan. And I don't know. I think I went totally off script, but I don't care. Whatever I said worked.
They're debt consolidators.
Yeah, and it's a financial institution is what it is. And when they can't close a loan, and for some reason they're all the loan officers. I'm not a loan officer I'm called a closer. And I had to take all these tests and everything, and I had to take all these fake, phony phone calls, and I passed with flying colors. And I was like, what the fuck?
Fail on those. I would fail so badly. But yeah, why wouldn't you? That's your specialty, I think. You're ready to think on your feet, and you can talk all day long. So
I have to find out what I'm good at, John. John,
just call me John.
JP. I'm always bitching at John. I'll call him and say, John, tell me why I shouldn't hate your guts. Now, Debbie, I need you to breathe and settle down. I said, why do you make me talk to that freaking chink idiot? Hello, Debbie, it's me, Charlie Chink. And I'm not going, what? You don't know anything about criminal law. You don't know anything about litigation. You don't know anything about personal injury or tort. Listen to me. I have been doing this a long time. You fucking idiot. I just want to say that to him. And John's like, I'm trying to work with him and pretty. Anyway, so yeah.
Wow.
But
all your problems, Debbie.
What I do by close the loan is I convince the person, and I do a lot of research in there that that's Connor. He's digging on the carpet because it's so hot in here. He's trying to get down to cooler land. When a dog digs, they want the dirt's colder the further down you dig.
Yeah, they want to cool their bellies.
That means he's hot. Are you hot, buddy? He's also asleep. That means
I want to get my dog in here so he can rape some of the people in your chat room.
What's going on in there? Are they all being ugly?
All of them. Still like them, but you know what? They're a bunch of haters.
You're still louder than Debbie, but whatever.
I saw that.
Whatever.
But you like to hear my voice loud.
I'll turn you up real fucking loud. Do it. Talk.
How about right now?
Yeah.
Well, that was louder than I thought it would.
Yeah, you were Vincent in the Bay on us a little bit there. Vance in the Bay.
What's up, Debbie?
Hey.
I'm back on Twitter. Loving the Dubs. Go Dubs. Yeah, I just talked to Vince in the Bay today, by the way.
V and the B. I remember Vance.
I guess he's still doing shows somewhere online. So.
Who cares?
Yeah, he really got it.
He is boring. What the
what
fuck?
happened to him? He was good for so long, and then he just started like this weird. I don't know what it was. I don't know how to categorize what became of him, though. His shows were kind of unlistenable at one point.
He's boring. He's like, it's Free Ball Friday. He was just boring. Vince is boring. I'm sorry. If you say he's not, you're liar, pants on fire. Vince is boring to me. I'm just saying. Just throwing it out there.
And you get these guys to call in, and then he'd let them talk for an hour straight. He wouldn't say anything. And these people would just rant on about the most fucking useless things. I just couldn't listen anymore. I had to stop. Every night.
Here's a little Vince in the Bay from Disorderly Conduct online by Vince in the Bay. Let's take a listen from September of 2014 with Jewish producer and Mr. Midnight Movie. I just happened to click on it.
Wow, that's random.
I know. I couldn't believe this. This is like meant to be. And it says I was a listener a long time ago.
Blog Talk Radio.
I loved his intro.
You're tuned to Disorderly Conduct with your host, Vince in the Bay. Little Bay.
Vince in the Bay.
Vince in the Bay.
That was me. Did you hear my voice? I go, Vince in the Bay.
Vince in the Bay.
Hi there, honey. I'm number 1. Hi there, fella. I'd like to see you after the show.
I cannot believe I landed on this show because it's Free Ball Friday.
2 check 2 blah blah 2 1 2 blah. Blobbity bloop. Blobbity bloopity blah.
Bitch in the Bay.
Compulsion Jane,
tweeting out the show. Tune in to Freeball Friday on Disorderly Conduct now with Vince of the Bay to hear her beg for boobies. Or not. Check 2-2. Is this thing on? Hang on. Rihanna's song where she's like, he notes his Eskimos. Like, I was his intern over the summer. We did the sports made by artistes. All right, let's go to, okay. And this is from Engadget. All right, social networking should be just, cut and paste. So if you're listening, you want to call in, you want to comment about Ello, maybe you have an Ello account. It's a Colombian account too. Callers waiting in the wings. Promote, raise awareness for Tits for Tears Stadium on Sunday.
I'm trying to get to where y'all call in. I don't know where it is.
Call in now, biatches. 347. Yeah, the soundboard war.
We have a rapist in Lincoln Park.
I don't know. Disorderly Conduct. My show. A little context around the song.
Bernie's out there, but I'm just saying that,
17 Rough Riders 0. Schmoop, are you there? Schmoop on the ground in Syria, folks. Go ahead. Starting. Yeah, right. Anyway, thank you for finally connecting.
How could you all the iron laughing at you?
And Mr. and Jewish producer. As you know, we've been checking in on the ground there in Syria. Seems to be things are starting to heat up.
Now, one thing about Vince's show is Vince, no matter who's on the line, Vince is going to talk.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of Vince and very little of the caller. So that's the only thing and he just kind of rambles.
Up there.
Hi, I'm very well. We're actually also live in Syria right now.
Oh, no. It doesn't say that. It says, join Vince and his guest, Jewish producer and Mr. Midnight Movie, as they celebrate Bisexual Awareness Week discussing current events.
Oh.
Oh, no. I'm on the call.
Open the window, Jewish producer. Okay.
Hear me? Hello?
There's some more sounds going on.
You know what? I have my. So you guys have a correspondent, and I have a correspondent. I think I have my correspondent on right now.
Do you really?
Yeah. Yeah. Schmoop, are you there? Schmoop? There he is. Hey, Schmoop. What's going on down there?
That's a lot of noise, Benny.
Yeah, a lot of noise.
I guess I take back what I said. I like Vince. He was pretty cool, I guess, but I just hated that he ratted on an anonymous like that. He was like a rat, Wasn't he a rat? Wasn't he?
I tune out to all that. Big old echo.
You are? Oh, let me turn that down a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. They said that he turned on Sabu and a lot of things like that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, drag.
But then his show became so dull after that. During that whole thing and after that, it got so dull. It seemed like he was afraid to say anything.
Sonny, JP, this says it was 2 years ago. It says it went out 9/27. 9/27 of 2014. I wasn't speaking.
No way.
That's what it says. I wasn't speaking to Vince in the Bay back then.
No, I haven't talked to him in about 3 or 4 years.
He must have replayed something.
Yeah.
Hey,
right on. Yeah.
Should ask your new friends if they will show their tits for tears.
Ugh. He was always so sexual, remember? Everything was always about sex. He's a very sexual person. I had a video of him when totally naked. He got so mad at me. It got out on the web and I downloaded it. He went to this hot springs in California and he took off all of his clothes and he put his camera over there and recorded himself in the pool. It was great.
I love going to hot springs.
It was some hot springs in California in some walk up this mountain or something, this hill.
Yeah,
or something.
it's up in Big Sur.
Yeah, that's right. That's where it was. And he put the camera down and he took all of his clothes off and I was like, oh my God. It was like there. And I downloaded it and he was so mad because he didn't know it was still out on the web. And I said, he got some and I said, I have this video of you. And he's like, what? He was always trying to get me to troll everybody behind everybody's backs. He would call me on Skype and say, okay, look, we're going to do this. We're going to say that this, and this. And remember when he met Moxie and she was so ugly?
Yeah.
Ugh, she's ugly as fuck. But she...
I don't think I ever saw her.
The pictures that she shows are not her. They are not her. There's no way, because she told him, do not videotape me. And he did without her knowing about it. And I was like, that's Moxie? And right when she opens her mouth, you can tell it's Moxie. And I was like, bleh. She looked like a stroke victim or something. It was weird. She did, I swear. It was gross.
Yeah, I always thought she was attractive, but I guess not.
No, that video is still up on YouTube somewhere, and she tried to tell people that I distorted the. I didn't touch that fucking video. I just put it up there the way it was. It was gross. I thought she was weird. She was such a bitch, though. I hated her.
Yeah, I remember
mean.
You two didn't get along. No. Surprise, surprise.
She didn't like me. I didn't know her, but she didn't like me. I remember the one night somebody called and said, "There's somebody on Vince in the Bay that's pretending to be you," and I said, "What? What are you talking about?" And it was somebody named Moxie. It's weird.
Well, I hate to do this. It's midnight. I got to pass out. I got to get up early.
Good, because I'm tired too, and I can't wait to talk to Mr. Midnight Movie and you again together. That was fun when we used to do those shows, so maybe he'll come back and start calling in again.
We are talking about doing more shows, but it's such a headache, like, because we haven't done one in so long. It's kind of like we have to start all over again. But we will.
Well, I'm glad that you called in, Love Chops.
Well, thanks for having me.
Love
to talk to you, Debbie.
Goodbye, JP.
Have a good night. Bye.
JP, everybody, on the Debbie Daily Radio Trainwreck Hour here. And now to pick our cool down song. Everybody ready to cool down? Cool down song coming up on my show here. Let's go to music. I don't know what to play. There's just so much bullshit on this freaking computer. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm just going to play something just to get off the air here. What is that? Here's an oldie but a goodie.
There's something happening here, but what it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Wait, wasn't I playing me talking to this guy assholes for the first time? I was laying down. Oh, I should sing another song that I did the other night. You want me to sing another song to somebody? Let me see. I'll sing one to... You want me to sing another one to the Jew? I'll sing one to... I don't know who, just somebody. This song I sang, I thought it was funny. Why does the Jew keep on chipping and talking about me on his show? Doesn't he know it's the end of our whatever because I hung up on him 2 weeks ago? Why does the Jew keep on complaining and coming in my chat room under socks? Can he figure out that it's over with us? And I have put my car up on blocks. I have no idea why I said that. He wakes up in the morning and he wonders to break away. Don't they know it's the end of whatever? It ended when you got thrown off my show. Why does the Jew continue obsessing and swimming every day in his pool? Doesn't he know it's the end of the world? It ended when he said goodbye. Shut the fuck up, Debbie. Stop. I just make that up as I go along. I don't know what it is. All right, here goes another one. Together again. Together again. Mr. Midnight Movie may start calling, and then we'll have fun, and we'll laugh at everybody. The love that we knew was interrupted by somebody named Boo. But it's all gonna be okay, 'cause we're together again. Together again. That sounds weird. My tears will start falling. Long, lonely nights. I don't feel like singing any more of this song, so I'll just go ahead and end the show. The key to my heart. Da, 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 da. That's not off key. That's the way it is. It's a very odd key to be in. The tears have stopped falling. Here's some Creedence Clearwater Revival. Creedence Clearwater Revival here on the Debbie Daily Network. Now we're going to move on over to an oldie but a goodie from Bobby Goldsboro. This is a real wrist slasher.
See the tree, how big it's grown, but friend, it hasn't been too long. It wasn't big.
Get over it. What else can I play before I get off here? I don't know why I'm playing this music. I don't know why. Maybe it's because somebody's telling me to. Debbie? Yes? It's me, your schizophrenic voice. Yes? You need to kill those people over there. What people? You know what people. Now play the music, Debbie. Play the music you want to hear, Debbie. Don't worry about what the people think. All right.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. 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 What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
Who knows what they say after that? I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just being stupid. I don't know why I'm being stupid. Maybe I'm just, I don't know what it is. Once I stay up past a certain hour, then I can't go to sleep after that, whatever. We'll just sit here in silence. Should we? No. Okay. Album. Here's a meeting between the Jew and a couple of other people.
Good Caiaphas, the council waits for you. The Pharisees and
a trick or two with lepers, and the whole town's on his feet. He's dangerous. He's dangerous. The man is in town right now to whip up some support. A rebel-rousing mission that I think we must abort.
You know, somebody once said that Jim Carrey knows all the words to Jesus Christ Superstar, and only cool people know all the words to Jesus Christ Superstar. And that would probably be not many of you guys. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. I know every word to every song in Jesus Christ Superstar. I have for all my life, I guess. I don't know why. I just have. Jim Carrey knows all of them, too. And a lot of people I know all the words to Jesus Christ Superstar. What else do we have on here? We have so many old songs on here. Who is this? Slayer, Bonnie Tyler. I'm not supposed to play the Beatles. I'm just not supposed to because I'm not licensed to play them. It is a license that you hold. A rebel-rousing mission that I think we must abort. He is dangerous, Jesus Christ, Superstar. He is dangerous. What else can I play here? Here's a couple of funny things we can listen to.
And now it's time for America's favorite daytime fun show, Let's Make a Dope Deal. Yeah, it's Let's Make a Dope Deal, where young pushers try to parlay their stash into that really big connection and jump up into dealerhood. And our first contestant today on Let's Make a Dope Deal is former head of the philosophy department at Harvard University. He is the holder of a PhD, an MA, a BA, and is a BMF besides. Would you please give a big warm welcome for Bob Bitchin? Come on, let's have a hand for Bob Bitchin. Here he is all the way from Harvard, Bob Bitchin. Well, it's really great to have you on the show tonight, Bob. How you doing?
Bitchin'.
Well, listen that far out and solid and right on, Bob. Tell us, Bob, here's the question I ask of all our contestants. What made you drop out?
Well, a lot of people think it was the 400 acid trips they took, you know.
Uh-huh, but what was it really, Bob?
One day I played Black Sabbath at 78 speed, man.
And then what happened?
I saw God.
I've
done that,
Well, that
man.
sounds like true enlightenment to me,
Yeah,
Bob.
with
Tell us,
Grand
Bob, what have you
Funk.
been doing with all those degrees? I noticed you had a PhD, an MA, and a BA. What have you been doing with all that knowledge?
Making candles, man.
Making candles. Well, that sounds creative, Bob. What kind of candles are they?
Oh, they're really neat table candles, you know.
Table candles?
Yeah, you pour wax on a table.
Uh-huh.
And you set it on fire, man.
Well, that sounds like a hot item, Bob. Okay, you ready to play our game?
Yeah, man.
Okay, here we go. Now, you know the rules. You get fronted with a stash of 50 keys, and you can wager part of them or just some of them on any one of our tests.
50 keys?
50 keys.
Can I quit now?
No, not yet, Bob. You have to play our game. Okay, Bob, how many want to wager on the first test?
All of them.
All of them is going to shoot the works, or mainline as we call it here on Let's Make a Dope Deal. Okay, Bob, for 50 keys. What is your name? You have 60 seconds.
Hey, I know that one, man.
Starts with a B.
I knew it when I came in here, man.
Ends with a B.
Oh, don't tell me. Happy birthday.
10 seconds, Bob.
It's
Bob!
Bob!
Bob, you're right, Bob! And you win 50
I knew
keys
it,
for the
man.
Tensions Mountain here on Let's Make a Dope Deal.
Hey, how do you get
oh,
on
boy,
it?
Bob, now you have
I
100
can do
keys.
that.
Almost did. Okay, here we go for the second plateau. How many keys do you want to wager this time?
All of them.
All of them is going to shoot the works again, huh? What balls he has. Okay, here we go, Bob, for another 100 keys. How many joints are in a lid? 30 seconds.
Oh, I know that one. 2.
Okay.
2?
Yeah, I rolled big joints.
Our judges say that's okay. They roll big joints too, and you win another 100 keys. Boy, the
He
pressure's
must
building.
be from
Here we go, Bob.
California,
Okay.
man.
Okay, now we're going for the big and final test. Okay, in front of you, you see 3 doors marked door number 1, door number 2, and door number 3. Behind one of those doors, Bob, is 50 pounds of Lebanese blonde hash. Makes your eyes red just thinking about them, huh? Okay, Bob, I'm going to make you do it. I'll give you $50 and 50 reds for your keys right now.
Oh, take the reds,
No,
man.
I'll give you $1,000 and 50 reds.
I want the hash.
He wants the hash. Okay, Bob, here we go.
I take
Now
the
I must
reds.
remind you that behind the other 2 doors are narcs. Okay, Bob, here we go. What'll it be? Will it be door number 1, door number 2, or...
Or what?
Narcs. There's 2 narcs behind the other.
I'll take the bread, man.
I'm sorry, Bob, it's too late. You have to choose. What'll it be? 1, 2, or 3? 4. No, Bob, there's only 3. I know, you're nervous. Okay. 1, 2, or 3?
2, 1.
2, 1. No, 1.
1,
1,
2.
2. No.
3, 2, 1.
What's he doing?
One. Black, no tap backs. Okay. You chose door number 1. Let's see who's behind that door. It's Officer O'Malley, the FBI. You're busted. Join us next week when we play Let's Make a Dope Deal.
See, I firmly believe, after Bill Clinton, that Bill Clinton alone is reason enough not to elect anyone from Arkansas president for 100 years. And if that is not sufficient for you, then I have something to read you. This is from the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. I'm kind of surprised that Arkansas has a newspaper. I am. I was shocked because since they didn't know that oral sex was adultery, I thought maybe they'd get in their news while sitting around the cracker fuck barrel. 2 local men were seriously injured when their pickup truck left the road and hit a tree near Cotton Plant. That's the name of a town in Arkansas. Cotton Plant, Arkansas. If I was a child and born and raised in Cotton Plant, when I could purchase a gun, which would be at what age?
Who is calling me this late? Dennis, no. I'm not taking any more calls.
9.
Sorry.
I would have slept with that gun every night and had the muzzle in my mouth. Thurston Poole, 33 of Des Arc, and Billy Ray Wallace, 38. Well, imagine that a Billy Ray was involved. Are listed in serious condition at Baptist Medical Center. The accident occurred as the 2 men were returning to Des Arc after a frog gigging trip. Frog gigging, or frog sticking, is how armed with a small pitchfork you catch frogs from the bayou bank. Frog legs make a tasty supper. So apparently when the Dow Jones went over 11,000, It had no effect on our boys. On an overcast Sunday night, Poole's pickup truck headlights malfunctioned. The two men concluded that the headlight fuse on the older model truck had burnt out. And as a replacement fuse was not available, Wallace noticed that the .22 caliber bullet from his pistol, which I guess he was carrying, because in case you can't stick the frog, you like to blow the little fucker's head off. He noticed that it fit perfectly into the fuse box next to the steering wheel column. Some of you, I can sense, can see what's going to unfold. Upon inserting the bullet, the headlights again began to operate, and the two men proceeded eastward toward the White River Bridge. After 20 miles and just before...
Damn it! Dennis!
Crossing the river, the bullet apparently overheated.
God damn it. At what point do you get the idea? I mean, the conversation had died. There really wasn't anything. I was doing a tap dance, and it's over for the night. I mean, at what point do you not get the hint? Dennis, I did say I'll call you back, but, you know, people say that shit all the time. It doesn't mean you're going to do it. Just whatever. It's just like, see you later. Right? Ugh. Oh, man. What do? You know, some people just don't know how to take a hint that you're done with the calling for the night. Unless it's JP. I'll go back and play the rest of that podcast, wherever it is. I don't know where it's at. Podcast. Where was it? Oh, this is it.
Community, you know, to have their say on my show, and I'm you know, I would like to go on record as saying that I have disassociated myself with...
We've been slandered so bad by Bill and threatened. He and Lee, they call into our show, or our Clyde Deaf Conference room, him and Lee, and Sarge, and have made threats against our lives. Lee told us our site will be...
Which we like. We like threats against our life.
We like that. Our site will be down next week. He's going to do it all. Bill threatened to bring in the Russian mafia and kill us and do all this Bill.
He's not going to quit calling, so I'm just going to have to hang up on the show. Dennis?
Hey.
Hey, I've kind of done taking calls for the night, to be honest with you. I'm kind of tired of talking. I was just playing some music and stuff till I go off the air.
Yeah, no, I just got an instant phone call, and I'm a little bit pissed off.
Why? What's wrong?
Well, somebody that's attacking you.
Say that one more time.
Somebody that's attacking you.
Who was attacking me or you?
Yeah.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Where were they attacking me at?
They called them New Ways 108 on Skype. And they called me.
Oh, that's the Jew. What did he say? Were they playing some stupid recording or something?
Oh, no, I know Debbie Daly, and, you know, she's Satan, and, you know, she's, you know, and this and that. I guess he's trying to protect you or something like that, and he's dissing you and everything like that. I said, fuck you.
Good for you. No,
Really?
it's the Jew. It's the one angry Jew under a sock.
No, that's when it all fucked up. Right? That's when it all fucked up. Was you know, when Angry Jew, whatever like that, or whatever we were going to come in, or whatever like that, you know, and we were going to do a nice little conversation, whatever like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it all fucked up.
Let me call them.
Because they're fucking jealous on me, of you, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck them. What the fuck? And I told him, fuck you.
Yeah, it's him. I got him on.
I'm not too happy.
Let me ring him into the call and tell him to leave you the fuck alone. Hold on just a second. Let me call them. Hang up.
But by the way, they won't let me do that.
Pick up, Dingleberry. fucktard answer. Okay, then leave my fucking
Right.
friends alone, Jew.
Bill comes in here after one of his shows, and we're not even involved with these 4chan fellows or these E-bomb fellows. We don't have any connection with them whatsoever. These trollers, these hackers. Basically, my computer skills, I can turn a computer on and off and hit icons. That's it.
Well,
And Bill's accusing us of being
let's not go too
into
far.
him and hacking here, and we're hackers. Bill is
Yeah, he ran. He
100%
quit. He quit. You know, I whatever. Fuck you, Jew, you idiot. Of course it's the Jew. Who else would it be? All right, I'll see you guys later. I'm done with it. I'm not mad. I'm just tired. I'm just going to go hang out and go to bed. My bed has all clean sheets on it, so I'm ready to go jump in it and watch the rest of my movie that I was watching on Netflix. I was watching, believe it or not, I was watching Titanic. This is where I'm at. Doo-doo.
You remember what I told you about the boat?
Yes. I understand.
Get to a boat now or you're going to die, and you're going to die a cold, lonely, horrible death. Anyway, that's what I'm going to go do. So I'll see you guys later. All right? Nothing, I'm not mad at anybody. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye. Thank you, Anonymous and JP and Apocalypse and Broken Stabby McHugs and some other people in the chat room. All right? All right. All right, bye. Or later. Whatever. It's all good.